Yes, iba ka talaga. May show ka naman.
Roll, rockstar.
Rockstar.
Um, nasakto nga yung glitch. Kulit.
G.
Ah? We're live.
Oh, we're live. Oh my God, we're live. Alright, kamusta? Kamusta mga taong talong, mga presya ka, mga watchers and
Kamusta?
flick friends, also the Geonatics and everyone watching. Welcome to another Tambayang Talong with us, with me, Watch. And to you next na gusto magsalita.
Flick friends, what's
Ah.
up? What's up?
Tsaka si paring Evanders. Hi.
Alright. Kamusta kayo guys?
Ayos man,
One week
man.
Ayos
naman.
lang, par. Doing good,
Man.
doing good.
By the way, guys, gusto ko lang sabihin, ano na tayo? Episode Kobe na tayo, pare. Umabot tayo sa episode 8.
Ay!
Yun na nga sinasabi ko eh.
Episode 8.
Lupit, malapit na. Tapos milestone tayo sa episode 10. Hopefully, meron tayong special na gagawin sa episode 10. Baka siguro naka-brief lang tayo all the way.
Stay tuned.
Tingnan natin yun. Tingnan natin kung ano yung gagawin natin. So guys, maraming salamat sa pag-support ng Tambayang
Yes.
Talong. Tuntua kaming gawin to every week para sa inyo guys. And
Yes.
aside from
yes.
that, ginagawa namin to para sa amin din eh.
Totoo.
Para nag-enjoy kami dito eh. So,
Parang
yun
ano
naman.
to, men,
Ito lang.
Ano to, excuse para magkwentuhan tayo sa mga gusto ng mga hilig
Oo.
natin.
Actually, gumawa lang kami ng ganitong show para lang makapagkwentuhan kami at the same time, para lang magkaroon kami ng content sa aming mga pages, mga pre. Pero yun, kidding aside, na-enjoy talaga namin siya. May magaganda yung mga topics namin. And then, guys, abangan nyo, magkakaroon na kami ng mga sub-contents in other
yes.
pages, especially kay Evanders and kay Flick Friends. So yun, abangan nyo
yes.
yung mga
Mm-mm.
sub-contents namin, padating na siya. So anyway, welcome guys here to another Tambayang Talong. Oh, di ba may mga ginagawa kayong intro? So introan mo muna, Flick Friends.
Well, so guys, it's me again, Flick Friends. Kung fans kayo ng mga anything pop culture, whether it be comic books or movies and series, dito kami para sa inyo. We'll talk about it in depth. So, come on guys, let's just share our experiences and let's have fun, pare. Yun lang.
Okay. So, Van, gawa mo na yung intro mo.
Awanap, kamusta mga pre? And welcome back sa isa na namang episode ng Tambayang Talong. Samahan niyo kami maipagkwentuhan dito. Pinag-uusapan namin iba't ibang mga topic tungkol sa movies, video games, iba't ibang klaseng nerd culture. Kayo nang bahala dyan. Maipagkwentuhan kayo sa amin. Yun lang mga pre. Let's go.
Alright,
Yes.
yan. Okay, so yun. Sila yung mga makakasama natin yung gabi. As usual, kami pa rin trio ang makakasama nyo para pag-usapan ang show naman ngayon na pag-uusapan pala namin ay ang Wandavision. Yes, dapat nauna to
Yes.
actually.
Oo,
Dapat
nauna
nauna
to.
to bago sa
Oo.
Faust or Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Pero
Yes.
since mainit yung Winter Soldier for the past few weeks,
Oo.
nag-decide kami na unahin na yun. So,
Tama.
ito naman, WandaVision. Basically, WandaVision is the first Disney Plus series na nilabas nila, no? Am I correct?
Yes.
For
Oh,
the MCU
ito.
and also for Phase 4. Basically, this is the start of Phase 4. Kung di mo nagkakamali. Ng
It is.
Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yes. So, we'll talk about it, our expectations, the things na na-enjoy namin, and we'll also Easter eggs and the future of the characters in this basically TV show. Let's start first siguro. Quick lang on the intro expectations kasi feeling ko, napapansin ko medyo nag-i-in-depth tayo. Pero for this one, feeling ko kahit sobrang short lang. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll start for this one. My expectation regarding this show is, since ito yung first show ng Marvel Phase 4 and ito technically ang parang kumbaga nag-kick off ng new contents nila in my opinion. I didn't really know if I was gonna be excited about it. To be honest, nung lumalabas ako, very skeptical ako with the Disney Plus TV shows, di ba? Kasi I mean, we've known Marvel like napag-usapan natin before, to having a bad track record in terms of TV series. So
Oh, yeah.
for this one, medyo hindi ako naging hyped or hindi ako masyado excited. But you know what? I think after episode 4, nung nirelease nila, nagkaroon na ng hype regarding sa whole show, doon na ako nagkaroon ng konting interest. Tsaka kasi daming picture ni Elizabeth Olsen, ang cute-cute niya eh. Alam mo yun?
Oo, man.
Medyo
Oo.
medyo parang na-curious ako, pare. Imagine mo, yung parang 60s show niya, ang cute nila doon, di ba?
Oo.
Cute yung set nila, cute niya mismo. So, doon nag-spark yung una kong interest. Oh, by the way, questions. I have a question for people who are watching right now. Did you guys like the Wandavision series? Kung napanood nyo na. And if you do, ano yung nagustuhan nyo? And if hindi nyo siya nagustuhan, tell us. Ano yung mga hindi nagustuhan regarding sa series? So, guys, please comment it. Comment that, okay? So next, who's next? Ivanders, go! What was your initial expectation going prior to the show?
Okay, na-expect ko, pare, kasi sa totoo lang, parang same din to dun sa Falcon and the Winter Soldier ko na sinabi na hindi ako ganun ka na-hype nung sinabi nila yung mga series na to kasi una, parang katulad nga nung sinabi ni Migo dun sa huling episode natin na Falcon and the Winter Soldier, may mga nilabas na yung Marvel na mga TV series na hindi talaga nag-click sa mga tao. So, yung expectations ko talaga dito sa mga shows na to mababa. So same din nung lalo na to kay WandaVision, parang hindi ako sobrang excited sa kanila kasi doon sa movies pa lang parang hindi rin naman ako sobrang nagkaroon ng hilig sa kanilang dalawa. Pero yun nga, katulad din na sinabi mo, parang watch, nag-iba din yung tingin ko after watching the show. Na by the way, kanina ko lang pinanood, mga pre.
Pare, clutch.
Kinlutch ko to, mga pre. So pagkagising ko pala, ang late ako nagising. Dire-diretso ko halos walang tayuan yung pinanood ko tong WandaVision, mga pre. So,
Hirap yun, pare, walang tayuan.
Oo, iba lang tumayo, no? Bata to ngayon eh. Ibang tayo ata gusto mo.
Hindi naman specifically for the show. Pero kung hindi ako na magsalita, men. Basta yun na yun, men. Yun na yun.
Nagtataka kayo kung bakit kami late dahil doon. Kasi nga clutch. Clutch nangyari. Kaya medyo late kami ng konti. Pasensya na doon. Yun.
Na-late ako dahil sa amin.
Walang tayuan si Ivanders ngayon eh. Diba? Pero yun. Ikaw, amigo.
Before I begin, pare, belated happy birthday kay Ivanders pala.
Maraming salamat, pre!
Mga nanonood.
Happy birthday! Siyempre, kumuha ng birthday. Ano yan?
Birthday cake.
My birthday.
Yeah, exciting. Kaso tumatanda ako lalo, men. Parang di ako natuwa. Pero okay na din yun. Salamat, tol.
No problem, pare. Actually, I think nga na good idea yung ginawa mo na clutch ka dito sa episode na to eh. Kasi at least you'll have a very fresh perspective sa WandaVision. Pero doon sa akin, yung expectations ko, actually pare, when Disney first released their new series, mga yung Loki, WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so on and so forth, yung WandaVision parang ito yung pinaka, let's say, wala akong pakialam. Kasi, I mean, no offense kasi ano siya eh, when you look at Wanda as a character, and Vision as a character, they're very one-sided characters in how they used them in the movies. So, alam mo yun, parang they're kind of like a paperboard character before, especially Vision, alam mo yun, when he's just basically an android that they created. So, when the show started, I honestly just watched it kasi parang ako, alam mo, parang siguro panoorin ko na lang, wala namang pinapanood yun eh. But yun na nga, once I watched it, grabe, this is probably one of the freshest Marvel content that they produced since Guardians of the Galaxy. That's my thing.
Alright, since the start mo na, amigo, yes, tell us your thoughts about the show after watching it. And I have to agree ko yung sinasabi mo. So, go.
Thanks, pare. Honestly, my thoughts in the show, I really love it so much. Kasi, alam mo, parang I didn't expect it to be this good. And quite frankly, yung fresh, I'm gonna say this a lot in the show, pero it is it's such a fresh take on not just on how they tell the stories, but also a fresh take on these new characters. And not new characters, these old characters rather, wherein we see na Wanda's past is really, alam mo, yun, no, sobrang nakarelate ako sa kanya somehow. I mean, even though na hindi naman ako lumaki sa gera, alam mo yun, pero sobrang nakiramdam, I can really feel, alam mo yun, a deep empathy on kung ano yung pinagdadaanan niya. And at the same time, parang mas nagkaroon ako ng deeper understanding and appreciation sa relationship ni Wanda at saka ni Vision. Kasi nung sa movies dati, parang after one movie, they're just together. Alam mo yun? Parang, sila na, alam mo yun, parang ano nangyari sila na kagad.
Akong
But
weird
Oo,
na in love
oo.
sa robot.
Di
Parang
ba?
ganun. Ako bakit parang weirdo na in love sa robot ang puta.
Yes, exactly.
Oo.
I mean,
Oo.
parang, paano nila i-explain yun, di ba? But then again, yun na nga, this show really, alam mo yun, in just a few episodes, in just a few scenes, they just really expressed how sincere and serious and deep the relationship between Wanda and Vision, which I really, really like. Plus, other than that, speaking of other older characters, yung mga lumang characters na si Darcy, yung dating assistant ni
Yes.
Natalie Portman, and also si Detective Wu, yung nasa ano siya Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, yeah.
Grabe, as in,
Okay,
for me,
nandun pala siya.
pare siya yung nagmamagic. Kaya siya marunong magmagic nung sa kamay kasi yun yung tinuro sa kanya ni Scott. Anyway, so kaya I really like the show kasi it's such a fresh take on their storytelling as Marvel, alam mo na, for Marvel. Kasi as we all know, Marvel has like may structure na yung Marvel eh. And
Oh.
for me, the show really broke that, at least for the first few episodes. And at the same time, also the structure and how they tell their character stories. Kasi before, let's be real. So, most Marvel characters in the first three phases in the movies were kinda is like for kids. Alam mo yun, for lack of a better. Pero ngayon, nagkaroon ng parang more deeper and more serious tones itong mga character na to na meron talagang malalim na pinagdadaanan, which I really like. So for me, that's one of the best and the strongest suits of WandaVision. Having this new layer of seriousness in their characters, treating older characters and background characters in such a different light na nag-iba na yung tingin natin sa kanila. Now we love them. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
And also at the same time, yung freshness nung overall atmosphere ng show, especially in the first few episodes.
Okay, wait lang. May comment tayo. Meron tayong isang viewer na nag-enjoy sa WandaVision. Mukhang enjoy siya. Nag-comment ni Jen Marin Marcos. Masarap si Wanda, men. Kalam osus ba? Mukhang yan yung pinaka na gusto. Mukhang nag-enjoy ka sa WandaVision. Ganda ng insight mo, pare. Sobrang ganda ng insight. Ganda. Shoutout kay
Grabe ito, mukhang
Marcos.
pinanood na talaga ng in-depth tong ano eh. Ini-analyze siya talaga ng matindi yung WandaVision, men.
Mukhang di sa
Jen, sigurado ko ba tama na download mo, pare?
Parang hindi ata Disney Plus version yung na-download mo. Parang ano yan Parang ibang ano yan ibang tube version yung pinanood mo.
Nasa hub, men. Nasa hub.
Nasa hub, no? Ibang WandaVision na tayo. I mean, ikaw naman, Ivan, ano yung, since ikaw, fresh na fresh yung pagkakapanood. Ako kasi, technically, napanood ko to few months ago pa. Siguro mga 3 months, baka January or something pa to. Ikaw, bagong-bago pa yan. Siguro wala pa. Kumbaga sa pagkain, talagang umiinit pa yan.
Bagong luto to, men. Bagong luto. Pero kasi, after ko panoorin to, yun nga, hindi ako excited dito sa show na to. Tapos nung pinanood ko siya, kasi nauna ko pinanood yung Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So meron ako expectation na parang baka ganito din tong WandaVision. Katulad nga nung nasabi ko bago pa tayo mag-start ng show. Kaya parang, kasi mataas na yung tingin ko dun sa Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Ito naman, yung WandaVision, parang okay siya, hindi naman siya sakto lang. Okay siya na na series para sa akin, pero feeling ko kaya lang naging ganun kasi nga sobrang nagustuhan ko yung Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Pero anyway, yung tingin ko dito sa series na to, nung una talaga, nung pinapanood ko siya, ang bagal masabi ko lang, ang bagal nung simula, pare. Parang it took 3 episodes para lang maikonekta nila doon sa buong pangyayari sa buong Marvel Universe. Yung storya netong WandaVision. Tapos siya ako lang uli na-appreciate uli yung nangyari. Kasi sa totoo lang hindi ako fan nung naging, although na-appreciate ko yun, yung parang gusto nila mag-deliver ng, parang alam ko galing sa comics din to di ba? Yung parang WandaVision. May ganito rin sila na nilabas sa comics kung hindi ako nagkakamali. Anyway, parang hindi ako masyado naging fan na yung mga jokes din hindi rin sa akin alam mo yun, hindi rin bumebenta sa akin. Pero yun nga after nung ano ba yun, episode 4 nung pinakita na nila si Kat Dennings, yung Darcy ba yun? Na parang ito pala yung nangyayari. May yung buong mundo na to binuulan pala ni Wanda kasi parang in denial siya dun sa mga pangyayari dito sa mga nangyari yung past movies. Doon ko na-appreciate na tong series na to. At the same time, yung hindi ko masabi sobrang lahat dun sa side characters, pero dun sa mga sinabi ni Migo, yun nga yung FBI agent, si Wu ba yan? Si Wu. Tsaka si Darcy, sobrang nagustuhan ko sila, especially si Wu. Ang hindi ko lang naintindihan yung sword, pare, parang kasi hindi ako sobrang Marvel fan. Parang doon ba sa Marvel movies parang nagkaroon na ba ng tawag dyan, introduction dun sa sword, kasi parang
Ngayon pa lang.
bagong
Technically, ngayon
lang nila
si Sword.
pinakita yan. So parang sabi ko,
From a time na meron sa saan nga ba yan? Sa Captain Marvel, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I
okay.
think sa Captain Marvel. Pero sobrang behind lang. Very in passing lang nila sinabi ata.
Okay. So yun nung nakita ko yung sword, sabi ko, ano to, parang may difference nito sa Shield. Actually, nung pinapanood ko to, nagkaroon ako ng maraming questions na hindi rin nasagot, pero hindi naman yun ibig sabihin na hindi ko nagustuhan tong series na to. So overall, okay to para sa akin yung series, yung WandaVision.
Alright. I have to agree with you on that one na ang bagal-bagal nung pacing nung show. Nung start nung show is basically mabagal. Tama ka, I have to agree, 3 episodes. But for me, the main difference of this show para sa akin, which by the way, I really, really like, siguro ang initial na masasabi kong thoughts ko dito is, this might be one of the greatest TV shows in my opinion na nilabas to think that it's a mini-series. Why? Kasi I like your term, Migo, it's fresh. Second is, yes, it might be slow. Kasi ito I started watching this series nung nirelease na episode 4. So technically, behind ako ng 4 episodes. Ang bagal ng first 3 episodes, and natutuwa ako na inantay ko siya para panoorin. Hindi ako nag-start sa episode 1, tapos antayin ko yung episode 2. Why? Kasi for me, mabagal yung show, but the good thing is, magkakaroon ka ng interest. Lagi siya may cliffhanger na magiging interested ka eh. So for me, even if the show was slow, with tama yung timing mo, it really picked up episode 3 or 4, roughly there. Meron kang, may urge kang, putang ina, ano ba yung next episode? Even if mabagal siya, parang, shit, ano ba yung mangyayari sa next episode? O yung, like for me, personally, ito, personal experience ko lang. After watching episode 4, syempre, weekly na ako mag-aantay ngayon kasi release na, weekly na eh. Dude, magbabasa ka agad ng after nun, ng fan theories. Bakit sino ba si ganun? Kasi parang, it started out slow, pero while you're watching it, puta, you're having interest with it na eh. So, lumalaki na interest mo. I mean, to be honest, you guys are right, and I have to agree with you. Vision and Wanda are characters na parang, kumbaga sa games when you're playing, support characters ang pandagdag lang silang damage, kumbaga sa main character mo eh. And I think that's how Marvel really wanted it to be. Na parang they're basically just side characters. And we didn't really care about it. Aside from, sabi nga ni Jed Marcos na maganda masarap si Wanda. Yun lang yung papansin mo sa kanya before eh. Nothing against that, di ba? I mean, di ba? I mean, yeah, maganda si Elizabeth Olsen na parang nilagay siya doon for the sake of having aesthetics chicks na babae doon, di ba? Same with Vision. Dude, I never really appreciate Vision. Swear, hindi ko na-appreciate si Vision until after the show. Until after watching the show. In my opinion, why? I really agree with you, Migo, na parang these characters, pare, di ba, sa Marvel movies nung pinakita sila after ng Age of Ultron, I think their next was Civil War. Civil War, di ba? And then sa Civil War, pinakita doon na parang,
mag-partners na sila, di ba?
Partners na sila, di ba? Pero never nila pinakita kung paano na-develop yun.
Yes.
And in this show, they did it for like 15 minutes. But it was really impactful, in my opinion,
Ito ba yung nanonood sila ng sitcom dun sa kwarto niya?
Ng Malcolm in the Middle.
Yung nanonood sila ng Malcolm in the Middle, tapos sinabi ni Vision yung famous line niya, which is yung grief is basically love persevering, di ba?
Appreciate yung scene na yun, actually. Ganda.
Diba? That was a really good scene, di ba? Pero that was a really good scene. But let's go back to yun nga sa history nila in the MCU universe, in the MCU movies. Pare, wala, parang mawiwirdohan ka kay Wanda na parang, ina, bakit ka nagkagusto sa sa robot,
Sa
di ba?
Synthenoid ba? Anong tawag na? Synthenoid.
Centenoid or something. Pero binigyan nila ng meaning, di ba? I
Oo.
mean, like, ewan ko ako, na-cringe ako dun sa Avengers Endgame sa mga love scenes nila. Ewan ko, kung ako lang Pero yung ibang love scenes nila sa MCU movies, medyo cringe. Kasi, in my opinion, di ka nagkaroon ng connection with them eh. I mean, like, maniniwala ako,
Okay.
personally, for me, naniwala lang ako na couple sila kasi nagbasa ako na parang, uy, sa Marvel Comics pala, couple talaga sila. So, okay, yung pala connection nila. But we never really had an in-depth connection of their relationship until the show came out. And
Wala explanation eh.
yeah,
Kung paano nangyari lahat.
Totoo yun. I really, really love the show. Why? Kasi again, I'm gonna use your word, Migo, which is gonna be the word of the day. Fresh. Para for me personally, sino nakaisip na gawing parang sitcom yung buong storyline ng show?
Oo, sobrang
Which
talino.
Hindi ba to same dun sa Wandavision sa comics? Na parang
Hindi,
sitcom
pare.
din? Hindi siya ganun
There's
talaga.
technically, there's no WandaVision in the comics. Tama
Okay.
ba? I mean, like,
Yung sa
there's no
comics kasi House of M, I think
House
yun
of
yung
M eh.
sinasabi nyo.
Yes.
Basically, ang ginawa ni Wanda doon, parang change niya yung buong mundo. Isipin niya na lang sa show, di ba may hex?
May hex, yeah.
Isipin niya ginawa niya rin, pero buong mundo. Yun yung nagawa niya.
Okay, gets. Okay.
So,
Kala ko same din to.
inspiration niya.
Talagang original idea pala
Original,
talaga nila ng
pare.
sitcom.
Galing, kaya ako
Okay.
natutuwa.
Mas appreciate
Imagine
ko
mo
siya ngayon. Kala ko galing sa source material nila yun eh. So,
yeah. They used sitcom to tell a story about grief. Putang ina, ganun kalalim, gago.
Oo, pare.
Kaya kung isipin mo, pare, lalim niya, gago. So, yeah, I really like the show. And let's talk more about the concepts of the show. What did you guys really like?
Pare,
go.
off the bat, gago. Let's go. Jumping off dun sa sinabi mo na yung concept ng show is yung ginawa nila sa TV show, di ba? Parang sitcoms.
Yes.
Kasi, honestly, pare, for me, that's one of the highlights of the show. Kasi, most casual Marvel fans na nanonood ng mga WandaVision and whatnot, paano mo sa kanila i-explain yung power ni Wanda na kaya niya i-alter ang reality? Sobrang, how can you explain them that concept and show them effectively na Wanda can alter reality and make it her own, na parang siya yung boss. And the way that the show did it is through sitcoms, which is such a perfect idea. Kasi technically speaking, if you look at it, if you take a step back and you look at it, the sitcoms is basically Wanda's plan, kung anong gusto niya mangyari, Wanda's will. And then Wanda is technically the director. Alam mo yun? So, pwede mo na kagad para siyang metaphor eh. Pwede mo na siya kagad i-metaphor sa ibang tao na, okay, so ganito mag-control si Wanda ng mind, ganito mag-control si Wanda ng reality. Isipin mo na lang na lahat yan, under dito sa parang hex niya, is parang TV show, tapos siya yung director. Tapos kahit anong gawin doon na papagawa niya sa'yo, at saka kung anong isipin mo, gagawin mo, kasi siya yung director. And everything is TV show because she controls all of that. Yeah. So that's one of the unique parang ways na explain nila sa mga casual fans on how Wanda's power could work effectively. Alam mo yun, parang hindi na sila nagpalibot-libot na parang alam mo yun, parang si Wanda pumapasok sa utak ng mga tao tapos
hindi na dinaisik.
Hindi na nila kinomplicate. They did not overcomplicate it. They said they used a storytelling device in such an effective way na pag nakita mo at na-realize mo kung paano nila conceptually ginagawa yung pag-control ng utak ng mga taong to, parang mapapa-oo ka na lang kagad na parang, okay, gets ko kagad yan. Hindi na siya yung parang Nolan, parang si Christopher Nolan, how he constructs movies, talagang iisipin mo pa na parang, lang, paano sila lumalalim sa panaginip, paano sila nagigising, so on and so forth. Sorry, para siyang sa Christopher Nolan movie na iisipin mo pa talaga na ano nangyari yun. So parang alam mo yun, wala nang sobrang complicated. I mean, there are times na maganda ang complication to make things interesting. Pero what makes WandaVision truly fresh is because it need not be complicated. Alam mo yun? It really made things simple and made it very effective sa turo sa mga tao na, okay guys, sa konting episodes na to, ganito yung mangyayari. Tapos ganito kalakas si Wanda. Tapos, as in,
Mm.
madali maintindihan ng tao. So
Mm.
yun yung gusto ko sa kanya as pros.
Mm.
Ikaw, Evan.
Oh, pare, basically same din kay Migo. Nagkaroon tayo ng backstory at the same time, kumbaga explanation kung bakit ganun nga si Wanda, kung ano ba talaga yung meron siya. Kasi kung naalala mo sa Endgame, pare, siya yung nakalapit kay Thanos, tapos sabay nahirap-hirapan sa kanya. Si Thanos, paano siya ganun kalakas, pre? Bakit siya ganun kalakas? Bakit siya dapat siya na lang pala yung ginawang frontline doon pa lang sa Infinity War siguro, 'di ba? Kung ganun lang. Pero kasi yun nga, alam naman natin na parang tinatry nila magkaroon ng sariling buhay nila ni Vision nun sa Infinity War. Anyway, bukod dun kay Wanda, nagustuhan ko din dito si Catherine Han, si Agnes.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Sobrang tontuwa ako sa character niya kasi yung range din kung masasabi mo yung range ni si Elizabeth Olsen ba yung pangalan niya ng artista?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ayun, si Elizabeth Olsen na sobrang tawag dito, yung diverse tsaka yung range niya as an actor, nakita mo dito screen. I think masasabi mo rin dito same kay Catherine Han, si Agnes or si Agatha. So parang tontuwa ako doon sa mga parts sa parang yun nga, kada nila nag-shift sila ng time period ng sitcom, parang nag-iiba din yung style ng acting nila. Sobrang na-appreciate ko yun, pare. Tsaka paano sila magsalita. Sobrang na-appreciate ko yun. Tsaka segue ko lang, by the way, since magpipiggyback ako doon sinabi ni paring Jed. Men, nung 80s version ni Wanda, sobrang gandang-ganda ako sa kanya, men. Or yung parang naka-plaid siya, tapos parang meron siyang suspenders na basta ang ganda niya doon, pare. Anyway,
Maganda
yun.
siya.
Anyway, yun nga, parang hindi ko in-expect lang din kay Catherine Han na na siya pala yung nang ko-control bukod doon sa pagiging director ni Wanda dito sa show na to, na parang may mga nilalagay siya. At the same time, yung Easter egg na ito, pinakagustong-gusto ko to, yung si Pietro. Men, yun sabi kong tuwan-tuwa ako doon, pre, nung nakita ko yun. Sabi ko, diba sa sa Fox, sa X-Men to, men? Bakit siya yung si Quicksilver, men? Bakit ganito? Basta yung mga small details sa ganun, sa na dinagdag nila pang Easter egg, parang fan service, at the same time yung sa acting, dun talaga ako actually mas natutuwa. Kasi sa totoo lang naman, dun sa yung sinasabi yung fresh take dito na parang yung sa sitcom, kung titignan mo siya parang at face value, na parang tinatry nila mag-sitcom ba, parang hindi ko masyado maintindihan kung ano yung ginagawa, na hindi ko mag-gets yung joke, ganun. Pero kung tinignan mo nga yung overall na parang theme nung storya na to, which is handling grief and parang basically moving forward, parang mas ma-appreciate mo yung kabuuan ngayon nung ginawa nila dito sa series na to.
Yeah. So, sobrang agree ako. Evan, sinabi ko ba sa iyo yun na pag pinanood mo to, doon mo ma-realize na ang galing pa lang na actress ni Elizabeth Olsen?
Yun.
Sinabi yun?
Yun. Kaya ako na-bring up si Catherine Han kasi same din siya kay Elizabeth, basically, na ang galing pala neta talaga na artista na to, pare.
Yun, tama, ayun, yung acting, agree ako sa iyo dahil before nga, yun lang na-appreciate ko. Kasi like, pag pinanood mo kasi acting ni Elizabeth Olsen the whole time sa Marvel Cinematic Universe, para isa lang eh. I mean, basically, isa lang talaga eh. I mean, kasi character eh. Di ba? Wala ka man i-expect na magbabago aside from, well, si Thor, nagbago siya from Thor 1 to Thor 2 going forward, di ba? Pero si Elizabeth Olsen, talagang ganun lang yung acting na binibigay niya for us, technically, dun sa MCU. Pero grabe yung range niya dito, pare. Tama yung sabi mo dun, every era, nagbabago yung acting nila. At ang galing.
Ang galing nga.
At ang galing. Tsaka sobrang charming niya. Ewan ko, ako sobrang charm ako sa kanya.
Ewan ko, mahal ko na siya, men.
Oo, dahil obviously, after this show, parang wow, anything Elizabeth Olsen, parang ang sarap panoorin na, di ba? So, aside from acting was really good. For me personally, ang gustong-gusto ko dito is nag-focus na nila sa character talaga, which is Wandavision.
Mm.
Yes.
Wanda and Vision. They really focus on it. For a time being, nakalimutan natin na secondary character sila, or should say na parang supporting heroes, di ba? Yun yung pinakatuwan-tuwa ko sa kanya. Although, ewan ko kung ako lang pero no matter what we do, salbahe talaga si Wanda. Ewan ko napansin niya, but she tends to make bad decisions talaga when she's pressured or something. Kasi I mean, I think in my opinion, like nakaka-empathize tayo sa kanya. Aside na kasi maganda siya, pangalawa. Second is, yes. I mean, na-empathize natin siya ng konti. Parang, nga, nagawa niya to because ito yung mga pinagdaanan niya. But if you think about it, pare, ang lalala ng mga nagawa niya so far sa MCU.
Oo, pare.
So, yun.
Actually, I think, pare, siguro for the early part of the MCU, siguro magiging villain siya, pare. Kasi she is 'di ba? Technically speaking.
Doon sa Age of Ultron, 'di ba? Ganun naman nagsimula. Kalaban siya.
Yeah, exactly. Well, until naman nung Civil War, I think hindi pa niya na-understand what a hero truly is. In my opinion, But I think she wasn't really fighting to save people. She was just fighting because she had to. That's one of the characters na nakita ko sa kanya. Which I think until now, in WandaVision is meron pa rin siyang ganung part. But the thing is kasi, medyo marirealize mo yun dahil yung sa mga pinagdaanan niya. So, yung mga choices na ginawa niya, marirealize sa mga pinagdaanan niya. Although, if you think about it, hindi pa rin hero type yung mga ginagawa niya.
Hindi. Pero, by the end of the series, parang medyo na-realize niya na yun sa sarili niya. Pero,
exactly.
I get your point.
At the end of the series. But throughout the series itself, in my opinion, she's not a hero in this part.
At saka feeling ko at the end of the series, na-realize din niya na, shit, I'm a villain. I mean, di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi, parang, dude, parang sinostage mo yung buong town, tapos you mind control them to do your will. Tapos they're very mentally, for sure, pare, after ng event na to, sobrang kailangan nila mag-therapy lahat.
Pare,
buong taon yun, pare.
So, that's why I think na Wanda is gonna be parang a soft villain for the short future lang. Kasi somehow, I think kasi parang I think na somehow she has to pay for take responsibilities nangyari.
Gets.
So alam mo yun. So hindi ko alam kung ano mangyari pero
gets.
I don't think she's gonna be a villain, pero nai-gets ko yung point mo na parang she has to be accountable kasi at the end of the show parang lumipad lang siya so at the end of parang iisipin mo pare hindi nagsisi ka siya sa nagsisi pero gago hindi niya in-account yung mga ginawa niya.
Wala siyang punishment, pare.
Yeah, wala siyang punishment Plus nanakot.
Yung pinaka-punishment na nangyari sa kanya is that nawala yung vision na ginawa niyang vision.
Wala yung family niya.
Nawala yung family niya. Pero technically speaking, pare, that's not really punishment in my opinion. Kasi, di ba? Kasi parang to begin with, kaya mo nakuha yan, yung your family and si Vision is because you took this town hostage. So, dapat talaga iwan mo yung family mo and that's not enough as punishment na dahil lang doon. Alam mo yun? Kumbaga, ang mangyayari sa kanya in the near future, I think she would still try to do good stuff. Alam mo yun, hero moves and whatnot. But I think the superheroes in the area, alam mo yun, yung mga talagang established heroes would kinda see her or look at her in a different way na parang, uy, kailangan mo sumama sa amin, parang you need to explain yourself or something like that.
Gets.
Parang siya, hindi ko kailangan ma-explain sa inyo na wala pamilya ko pa.
Siguro makikita natin yan sa dun sa Doctor Strange, pre.
Yeah.
Kasi diba, doon din siya. Feeling ko ma-explain yan kung anong mangyayari sa kanya.
Speaking of Doctor Strange, did you know guys that Doctor Strange was initially supposed to appear in the show? He was initially supposed to appear until they scrapped it last minute.
Ako, buti na lang yun.
Yeah,
ganun.
Exactly. The reason why they scrapped it, bago lang to, I think nirelease na to ni Kevin Feige a few days ago sa, if I'm not mistaken, Rolling Stones interview or Variety interview. Sinabi niya na nag-decide silang tanggalin si Doctor Strange doon para mag-focus yung buong show technically kay Wanda. Kasi napansin nila na one of the things na napansin nila is they don't wanna put character there just to basically be the focus of the whole or like para magiging highlight ng buong series. The way na ito yung nabasa ko sa article. The way na si Luke Skywalker naging highlight sa The Mandalorian season 2. Now if you think about it, people are only highlighting the appearance of Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian season 2 rather than the whole series itself. So ang ginawa nila is parang tinanggal nila yung life na yun, yung shit na yun just to focus on Wanda. And
good choice.
The reasons kung ba't laki na connect yun is sabi nila, I think sabi ni Kevin, one of the rumors, or I think kinonfirm to, yung ads or the commercials that we see
yun din gusto kong pag-usapan yun.
In the whole series was actually the gateway of Doctor Strange. Yun dapat yung outline nun. It was supposed to be his way of trying to talk to Wanda. The commercials that we see. Pero the thing is the thing is hindi na nila pinasok si Doctor Strange sa finale. Dapat ipapasok na si Doctor Strange sa finale to connect it with the commercials. But the thing is, I think they're gonna tap that in the next movie, in the multiverse of Madness. Yeah, dun nila iano yun. Just to parang siguro i-incorporate yung plot hole na parang bakit yung basically the strongest sorcerer in the MCU is not in basically a sorcerer story.
Pero ni-reference siya ni Agatha dun sa ending fight. Diba?
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons. Kaya, dun sa nabasa kong article, nagkaroon ng rewrite sa Multiverse of Madness dahil hindi siya nag-appear sa WandaVision, which was supposedly mag-a-appear siya dun just to retcon the Multiverse of Madness. So, yun.
Okay.
Yeah, now the reason na kung ba't gusto ko siya open up is because it's so smart, di ba? Putang inang talino, pare. Kaya ko talino, man. I mean, like,
kung paano siya kinakausap.
Pero not that. The whole concept itself.
Pero yung tanong
the whole
doon,
concept na sobrang I like the concept.
Diba skin-wrap nila, last minute? Kasi yung question ko naman doon, figure out niya ba kung ano yung gusto niya sabihin kung sakali? Gamit yung commercial?
Yun ang, yun nga ang feeling ko i-retcon nila sa dun sa Madness.
Okay.
And ewan ko kung napansin nyo, ito rin, di ko alam kung Easter egg to or napansin ito, but all the commercials are actually related to the history of Wanda.
Oo, yung mga trauma niya, bale.
Yeah, lahat items are certain parts of trauma, like the Stark. Stark represents the missile that hit him.
Yeah.
And then yung
Hydra.
Hydra is Hydra. Yung name nung watch, it's actually the doctor who was handling the program for Hydra.
Okay.
Lagos was basically Bloodbath. Yung ginawa niyang Bloodbath. Yung pinasabog niya sa Civil War. So, yun si Lagos.
Lagos, yeah.
And then Nexus, based na nabasa ko lang recently regarding sa article, is basically the Nexus of Realities. I think sa yan. Yeah, go. Can you explain what is the Nexus of Realities?
Okay, pare. So, here's one weird thing about the commercials. So, mapapansin nga natin, di ba, yung majority ng commercials is basically Wanda's trauma. Basically, lahat ng mga tao or events na nag-scar sa kanya. Except for this one commercial which says Nexus, di ba? Parang talking about yung, like, you control, parang the universe does not revolve around you. Or does it? Parang yun yung line.
Oo.
In the comic books, when you say someone is a quote-unquote Nexus being, ibig sabihin nun, a certain person is like the bridge between two universes or multiverses. So, ang Nexus being is basically a person that exists somewhat in two realities. So, parang siya yung nagiging bridge.
Okay.
So, with that said, kaya ako sobrang naging parang yung naging fan theory ko at that time sobrang out of the world din eh. Kasi parang because of that Nexus commercial, kasi naisip ko, okay, so they're probably going to connect the X-Men universe with with the MCU kasi technically speaking, yung sinasabi nila na si Wanda ay yung Nexus being sa MCU. So perhaps yung isang Nexus being sa X-Men universe is si Quicksilver, which is si Pietro dito sa show.
Mm-hmm.
So yun yung fan theory ko at that time, kaya sila nagkita, and then somehow that kind of meeting would somewhat merge or something like that, yung dalawang universe together. Pero long and behold, yung mga fan theories nga are almost all wrong.
Yeah.
Pero keep that in mind though, guys, na ang ibig sabihin ng Nexus at or Nexus being is ikaw yung bridge between two worlds or two realities.
Okay.
So I think they're already hinting in this show early on na si Wanda ay ang ang Nexus being dito sa MCU. So there might be a storyline that will unfold in the near future that would talk about basically the multiverses. I mean, yun nga yung title ng ano, 'di ba? Ng Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. So kaya siguro kailangan ng help or something ni Doctor Strange ni Wanda is because technically speaking si Wanda lang yung is the one capable in basically managing these realities in such a high level, more so than Doctor Strange. Kasi si Doctor Strange kaya naman yun pero si Wanda is just truly special. And yun din siguro yung sinabi ni Catherine Hahn, di ba, sa kanya.
Yes.
Sa end ng show na parang your
Mas
powers
malakas
surpass the Sorcerer Supreme.
Oo.
That's basically one of them.
Oo.
That's my assumption on where it's going. Pero basically, that's what a Nexus being means.
Yeah.
Yun yung commercial.
So yeah, that's basically what naging ano ko sa kanya, naging curious ako regarding it eh. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Nexus din si Loki ba? Because he gets to travel or not.
No, ito yan Speaking of that, I think na yung sinabi mo na si Loki is Nexus, not really. Ang ginagawa or ang gagawin kasi ni Loki is kasama siya sa I forgot the organization na pinasok niya.
Oo, may kasama siya doon na nag-aayos di ba?
Yeah,
inaayos
nakita niya sa trailers. So basically, yung organization na yon kung saan pumasok si Loki ay in charge of watching over the Nexus beings. So sila yung taga-bantay sa mga Nexus beings. Kaya yung organization na yun parang travelers or not really time travelers pero parang multiverse travelers to keep Nexus beings in check. So for some reason si Loki, ako wala pa akong clue kung anong gagawin ni Loki honestly. Lalo na kung anong mangyayari sa show. Pero basically yung organization na nag-hire sa kanya is that organization. I forgot the name though, sorry. Pero yun yung responsibility nila.
Alright. What else? I think we're tackling it now since ito kasi gusto ko i-tackle to regarding sa Easter eggs na yan. What other Easter eggs did you notice? Dude, I really love the Agatha All Along song.
Ako rin.
So like siguro after na-release nun, nasa Spotify ko siya replay for about 2 days. Tuntua ako sa kanya pare. Tuntua ako dun sa song na yun. Ang galing, very 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 creative very catchy and very creative. I think one of the characters na hindi natin pag-uusapan dito is si Monica Rambeau.
May question ako nga sa kanya about kay Monica
The addition of Monica Rambeau here is ang cute, ang ganda ng addition ni Monica Rambeau here. I mean, at least it connects another Marvel character to another franchise. Basically, Captain Marvel connected to Wandavision. Yes. So, ang galing nung pinasok nila yung...
Yun nasabi ni Ken. Thank you, Ken. Time Variance Authority. Yun yung organization na kumuha kay Loki and is in charge of the Nexus beings. Thanks, man.
Alright. Nice. Thanks, man. Thanks for that info, Ken. Ikaw, Van. Ano yung question mo regarding it?
Yeah, ako kasi ang weird lang nun bago tayo siguro pumunta ng Easter eggs. And well, actually yung questions i-save ko na lang for later. Kasi pag-usapan muna natin yung Easter eggs kasi gusto ko mas lalo maging parang in-depth dun sa question ko mamaya. Lalo madami akong tanong about dun sa mga pangyayari sa show na baka ma-explain ni paring Migo, yung resident Marvel expert natin.
Wait lang, may nagko-comment sa atin, basahin natin. Maganda daw yung mga spells ni Wanda. Alam Osus. Sabay. Pastina. Iba ata yun. Paring Raul, iba ata yun. Ano ata yun? Sa Harry Potter ata yun.
Harry Potter yan, man. May mga spells
Pirated yung Wandavision namin yung Wandavision namin, si Elizabeth Olsen, hindi si Abela Danger, yung kasama doon, tsaka sila, iba yun, hindi yun. Ibang ibang Wandavision yung pare. Yun. Migo, ano yung sasabi mo?
Ay, sorry. Ako, I really like yung pare, yung Easter egg speaking of kay Monica Rambeau, pare. Kasi kung mapapansin niyo yung transformation niya, nung pumasok siya, yung nag-re-enter siya doon sa
Yun.
parang hex field
Oo.
ni Wanda.
Oo.
Isa doon sa parang, kasi di ba nag-iiba-iba yung parang suot niya and all that.
Oo.
Isa or dalawa sa suot niya doon is actually yung costume niya sa comics. So that was a really nice one.
Okay.
And also,
Hindi na siya naging colorblind doon, di ba?
Oh.
Tangina, 2020 vision, pagpasok mo, colorblinded ka na.
Parang Technicolor, Technicolor na
Technicolor
yun.
na, no?
Tapos, not really Easter egg, guys. Pero, sobrang gusto ko yung isang part dito. I think na-mention ko to earlier, pero hindi ko in-elaborate. Yung first time na nag-usap si Monica Rambeau at saka si Detective Who, yung pinakita niya yung FBI card niya, yung parang Detective Who, FBI. Yung magic trick na card na yun, pare. Si Scott lang nagturo sa kanya nun sa Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, yeah.
Okay.
Yung ano.
So,
Galing.
Kailangan mo rewatch
yung
yun.
small details, pare. Yung mga small details na to is what helped elevate Wandavision and also elevate these characters. Kasi kung talagang fan ka at nanonood ka ng Marvel content ever since before, you'd appreciate these small details na binibigay sa'yo ng creators, di ba? Because they're rewarding you, di ba? They're rewarding you in catching these small details. And I think ito yung parang healthy, quote-unquote, healthy dose ng fan service. Kasi some franchises are not really good at fan service. Parang usually, parang lahat binibigay nila sa'yo and everything is just for fan service. Justice League. Anyways. Anyway. So,
Ending episode mga ganun. Ending episode puro fan service yun eh. Tsaka product placement. Diba? Mga Big Soto films.
Ano ba bang nakita kong Easter egg doon?
May isa ako doon, men eh.
Ano yun, pare?
Yung tontuwa ako, diba? Kasi kada nagpapalit sila ng time period sa sitcom, meron silang nire-reference na show.
Yes!
So, ako yung pinaka-favorite ko doon yung yung modern. Ang feeling ko nire-reference sila yung The Office, pare.
Anong modern dun?
Yung modern
that was
na
Malcolm in the Middle.
Yung modern na sitcom, hindi ba The Office yun, men? Yung
Hindi, Modern Family daw siya.
Modern Family ba?
Modern Family pala, sorry.
Pero same style kasi, yung style ng The Office, Modern Family, ganun yung style eh. Yung parang merong
interview.
May interview.
Nag-i-interview.
Yes.
Kasi yung ano nila, ang tawag mo dyan, yung, di ba kada show meron silang parang intro song?
Yeah.
Yung intro song, pare, parang halos parehas ng The Office na na intro na parang nagsimula muna sa parang piano, tapos sabay biglang naging rock na tapos yung kung paano natapos din yung intro nung song, parang same sa The Office. Kaya parang yun nga parang may ini-interview sila, ganyan. Sabi ko parang The Office tong ginagaya, pero Modern Family pala yun.
By the way, guys, speaking of Easter eggs, yung costume ni Wanda sa Halloween.
Yung talaga, the original. And also Vision.
Yung original. And it also parang, ang galing ng pagka-incorporate ng Marvel na parang, paano natin ipapasok yung corny na costume na
nila
dito sa show. Tapos parang yun pala, yun talaga yung costume nila for Halloween, which is parang, alam mo yun, medyo fun yung atmosphere.
Pare, hindi lang yun. Ang pinanatawa ko, binigyan nilang history yung costume. Sinabi nila na yun yung parang Sokovian
fortune teller.
Fortune teller. Tama si Vision. Parang galing. I mean, diba? Pwede lang gawin na parang, since Halloween, costume ka na ng Red Witch. Simple as that. Or like si Vision, let's say a mime or like a normal clown. Pero parang binigyan nila ng in-depth na.
Ano ba yung sinabi ni Pietro na sa kanya na costume ni Vision? Parang
wrestler daw eh.
Parang Mexican wrestler, di ba? Parang ganun.
Something like that.
Yeah, pero di ba? Ang galing.
Ang galing,
yung small details na yun, di ba?
Ganong details, it's really what makes the show special for me. Kasi parang talagang, I know mabagal yung show and mabagal yung start niya and all that. Pero it's because of these small cookie crumb details na iniiwan ng mga writer that keeps us on our toes somehow. Na parang, yes, mabagal siya, pero kung makikinig ka and sasabayan mo yung mabagal na flow na to, reward ka niya. Kumbaga, you're not waiting for nothing. Alam mo yun?
Totoo. Speak of mabagal, yes, mabagal yung first 3 episodes in my opinion, pero sobrang interesting lang sa akin. Kasi pare, kuwang-kuwan nila yung set before. So para ka
Yung
nanonood
dating
ng
style. Oo.
yung dating style and everything. Para
Yeah.
ka talaga nanonood ng old movies pero nagiging interested ka kasi technically yung actors kilala mo or like nasa time ka eh. Alam mo,
Yeah.
basta ang labo. It's like being at for me personally, it's like being in a time machine. Pero na-enjoy
Yeah.
mo siya eh. Like pare, yung practical effects na lumilipad yung plates while
Yes.
dun sa dun sa
Oo.
first era nila.
Yung gumagawa sa
Pare, di ba
dinner.
parang
Oo.
shit. Tas yung second era na tonto ako. Para yung mga bahay, yung style na parang Brady Bunch. Kaya siya for me.
Oo.
Nakakaaliw siya na parang, nga no, ang galing. Ako for me, tonto ako. Ayun, one of the pros or something na parang tonto ako is basically the props and the sets. Kudos dun sa kanila. Even yung milk bottles, di ba? Tapos,
Yeah.
there was even this scene na parang nag-glitch. Yung game glitch, yung nagbabago
Yung
yung
controllers sila.
nagbabago yung era.
Oo.
Di ba? Hindi bagay.
Oo.
Ang galing. Tonto ako dun. Ano ba by the way, Easter egg. Yung Agatha All Along na tune, if you notice it, if you listen to it, all the opening tunes of the each era, yung basically notes nun pare-pareho lang with the Agatha All Along. So meron siyang meron siyang top 3 notes. You could search this online.
Talaga?
Basically, yung tune ni Agatha All Along is nandun incorporated siya with all the entrance musics or the opening musics of Wandavision. So para imagine mo yung oras na pinag-isipan nila to.
Ang galing. Yung details.
Parang hindi lang siya. Gago
galing.
hindi lang. Yun nga. Yun yung gusto kong, I so agree with you, Migo. Walang tapon sa show to. Kaya feeling ko talaga, especially nung nagbabasa ako regarding this, pare, mas na-appreciate ko siya. Kasi gago, wala ka talagang itatapon. Wala kang area na itatapon. I mean, we'll tackle something on the things that we don't like in a while. Pero for me, medyo nagiging bias na ako. Pero swear, wala kang tapon sa whole show na to. Especially with...
There's just so much good things to talk about this show eh. So, diba? I think it's a good thing. Although it's not perfect, which we'll talk on later.
It's not perfect. Ano ba? Other Easter eggs na... Mayroon ba kayo other Easter eggs na gusto i-share? To all our viewers na may idea kung ano bang other Easter eggs na napansin nyo?
Baka may na-miss
From
kami.
what I know pala pare, yung first 3 episodes nung sa sitcom, I think they really did that on stage live with people in it.
Nabasa ko din yan. May audience sila.
Talagang bumalik siya in time to do that, di ba? Galing.
The level of commitment ng Marvel eh. Na parang pwede naman nila gawin yun na walang tao eh.
Inedit lang nila yung laughs,
diba? Pero they're really looking for authenticity in these things na ginagawa nila. Which, alam mo yun, parang honestly nakaka-inspire siya pare. Kasi Marvel doesn't need to try anymore, honestly. Kasi sobrang ano na nila
na sila
sila na yung champions, alam mo yun. Sila na yung parang undefeated champions of modern media and pop culture. Pero nakikita mo kung na well-deserving sila kasi they really put their effort in it.
Nag-effort sila for that, di ba? Ewan ko pero tuwan-tuwa ako dun sa slapstick na acting nila talaga dun sa first era.
Actually, nakakatawa si Vision, pare.
Nakakatawa siya, gago. Tuwan-tuwa ako yung Vision.
Hindi niya pa rin kaya mag-act as human, kahit nandun na siya sa make-believe world na yun. Ang
galing ni Paul Bettany doon.
Yung tawag doon, yung parang yung nagta-type siya gago tapos parang sinabi sa kanya nung coworker niya na parang ang computer, parang ginanon siya tapos parang galit pa siya. Diba? Parang galit tontuwa din ako dun.
Galing. Other Easter eggs? Shit, I'm still thinking kung ano yung mga Easter eggs na nun. Let's talk about one fan theory. I was hoping that this would happen. Reed Richards. Pare yung lead engineer na sabi nila there was a lot of fan theories going to the show that this would be the time the Fantastic Four or specifically Reed Richards was going to be introduced in the show. Pero I was disappointed but it turns out really well na hindi siya lumabas dun. Any fan parang theories na narinig nyo? Hindi, actually hindi.
Ako pare, honestly nabibigyan ako yung ginawa nila kay yung kay Pietro, pare. Yung Pietro sa X-Men. Kasi, ewan ko pare, sobrang cheap move ng Marvel yun, pare. As in, isipin mo isipin mo. Kunyari, ikaw Marvel. You're Marvel, you're Kevin Feige, you're the directors of the show. You're the producers and the writers. Tapos ito yung napag-usapan nyo. Okay, guys. So, yung Disney, binili na nila yung Fox. Ibig sabihin, meron na tayong rights ng X-Men.
Oo.
Yung mga actors na to. So, ibig sabihin, pwede natin sila gamitin.
Oo.
Pero ang gawin natin, kuha tayo ng isang character doon, pero hindi siya yun para
Oo.
maulol yung mga nanonood
Oo.
na fans. Parang,
Itapon
diba,
natin.
pinag-isipan talaga nila yung pagka-troll na to, pare. As in, which is, I mean, alam mo yun, in the grand scale of things, it's really smart. Kasi talagang I didn't see it coming.
Oh,
Alam mo yun.
it is
Pun
smart.
intended. Pero, that's it parang iisipin ko na parang, so the next time they're going to explore the X-Men universe integrating in Marvel, if ever they do, how are they going to explain that? Alam mo yun, parang, or are they just going to brush it over? Parang walang nangyari. Alam mo yun, pero parang, for me, parang it's distasteful. Parang, para siyang foul, pare, for me. Para siyang low blow sa suntukan. Alam mo yun? Parang, you shouldn't, di ba? You shouldn't do that.
I think, eto that was a total Marvel flicks. Tangay namin, nag-flex sila doon na parang,
nakuha na namin tong X-Men.
Nasa amin na to, pare. Magagamit na namin to, gago.
Pero
pwede namin paglaruan to.
Pero parang, nga, nag-agree ako, amigo, na parang sinayang nga nila yung character niya. Pero although, i-reboot naman kasi talaga nila yun. Not unless, yun nga doon sa multiverse na yun, ipapakilala pa ba nila yung mga lumang X-Men, as in, X-Men from Fox, papunta dito sa Marvel? Parang hindi na siguro.
Well, if they do naman, I think magkakaroon pa rin sila ng excuse kasi it's a multiverse. So, in my opinion, hindi na sayang si Boner. Si Ralph Boner.
Si Ralph
Hindi na
Boner.
sayang si Ralph Boner para
Even the name is a fucking troll, pare.
Yeah, it's basically a joke. Ginawa talaga nilang big joke. Which, in my opinion, one of the best jokes na ginawa nila. Kasi it's a very good fan service para sa akin. Totoo ako dun sa shit na yun sa Quicksilver na yun. Totoo ako dun. I think there's still a chance na babalik I forgot the name of the actor. Si Evan. Ano pangalan to?
Luke Evans ba?
Peter Evans. I think there's a big chance if gagamitin pa nila na he's coming back. Although, ito lang napansin ko ewan ko ako lang pero nagmukha siyang matanda sa show na to.
Kind of, actually.
Oo nga, no? Parang...
Diba? I mean, like, pag sa X-Men, pag pinapanood natin siya, or baka ako lang, parang bata niya tingnan eh.
Yeah, sa makeup.
He kinda did look older here.
Naalala ko kasi siya sa Never Back Down, pre. Yung artista na to.
Yes!
Siya
yung like, inuupakan.
Yung
I love
lagi nagvi-videotape.
Never back down in this conversation, pare.
Yung nagvi-videotape.
Never back down siya?
Siya yung nagvi-videotape. Siya yung best friend ng bida, men.
Yung mataba nung best friend ng bida, yung inupakan. Yung may-ari ng Mustang, actually.
Alright, di ka na maalala. Kailangan na panoorin.
So, ang tawag dyan, parang nagulat lang ako na ang tanda niya na nga dito, pero it's been a while since Never Back Down came out. Yung parang late 2000s or early mid 2000s yung pinalabas. Diba?
2008 maybe.
Gago imagine mo na to. Pag tingin mo yung tao 20, ito na naging sorry. Ito na naging tawag dito naging benchmark ko pag iniisip ko yung tao 20s. So kunwari may nakita ko actor, sinisip ko gago 27 to. Mas na-realize ko, gago ko 27 na ako, eto 27 pa rin. Tangina katarantaduhan to gago kasi nung 17 ako or nung 16, 20s na to eh. So most likely or not 30 or 40 na to. So yan yung ginagawa kong ngayon eh. Iisip kong way kung paano i-determine yung age ng mga
nandun na siya, feeling ko din nasa mid-30s na siguro to si Evans.
I have a question pala. Hindi na in-explain yung costume ni Quicksilver doon, no?
No.
Hindi. Lumabas lang siya eh. Tapos, ginawa niya lang. Kasama yung pamangkin niya.
Ginawa lang yan, no?
Oo.
Speaking of Billy and Tommy, they're actually in the comics, basically they're figment of imagination din siya ni Wanda, right? Tama ba yun, Digo?
Yes, it's right.
So, hindi talaga siya, wala talaga anak si Wanda in Vision.
Yeah, actually in the comic books, they are parang, I think a part of their soul is Mephisto's and ginamit nila si Wanda to do something. I forgot the details.
Okay.
Yeah, yun yung reason kung ba't nagkaroon ng fan theories regarding Mephisto, di ba? They're saying na Mephisto was going to be the next big bad daw, supposedly in the MCU.
Sa MCU actually, or dun sa lang? Sa
MCU sabi na.
In general.
Okay.
MCU, like Phase 4, siya yung bagong Thanos.
Okay. Gets.
Actually nga guys, I really like yung, dahil dito sa Wandavision na to, sobrang dami kong kalokohang fan theories na ginawa. Tapos lahat sila hindi nagkatotoo. So parang at least yung pagdating nung Falcon and the Winter Soldier, sobrang parang hindi ko na masyadong alam mo yun, hindi ko na nilunod yung sarili ko sa mga details na ganyan. Although na-appreciate ko pa rin yung show, don't get me wrong. And actually, yung fan theory ko sa start, I got it right sa Falcon and the Winter Soldier na si Sharon yung power broker. Pero anyway, parang I guess ayun ko, parang this show is really a subversion of expectations. So talagang ayun ko, parang Marvel is really trying to let us know na to trust them, alam mo yun.
Speaking of expectations and fan theories, I think this show garnered more fan theories than any other show so far, or any other show related to MCU. In my opinion, I think nung lumalabas to every week, there was a crazy fan theory coming out.
Kasi hindi mo talaga alam kung ano yung magiging sunod, men. Kasi lahat yan nangyayari. Lahat yan nangyayari basically sa utak din yan. Kung ano man yung nasa utak ni Wanda, yun nangyayari dun sa show. So talaga mapapaisip ka talaga kung totoo ba yung nangyayari o hindi. Lalo na nung lumabas si Pietro.
Grabe pare, can I just say meron akong isang napakagandang fan theory na at the end of the show lalabas dapat si Professor X. Ay si Magneto pare.
Yun nga.
Si Professor X pala, Professor X.
Sige, mamaya may question ako.
Stress ako gago. Tapos di nagkatotoo. Kasi yung kino-construct ko yung fan theory sa utak ko na parang okay, everything's making sense. Kasi pati yung mga interviews pinakinggan ko Tsaka yung mga ibang shit sa forums. Tapos parang ako, oh fuck, nag-make sense to. Feeling ko lalabas talaga si Professor X. Kasi parang siya lang talaga makakapigil kay Wanda. Kasi si Wanda is very, di ba, parang nasa utak niya lahat So inisip ko na parang, paano titigil to? And then it might be Professor X will parang papasok siya doon from the multiverse. Kasi si Pietro yung Nexus entity ng X-Men universe, tapos pupunta siya sa utak ni Wanda, tapos evil. Wala hindi.
Olats.
Itong show na to, feeling ko ito yung nag-fuel ng X-Men and Fantastic Four fan theories. Itong show na to mismo. I think this bolstered basically everything. Lahat kinoconnect. I mean, sorry, nothing against Falcon. Well, I don't think it's against it. Pero Falcon and the Winter Soldier, hindi ka naman nagkaroon ng anything related with Fantastic Four.
Hindi,
or even X-Men. Wala. This show is very grounded Diba? So, alam mo yun. So, ang tiyataas, baka siguro makita mo dito si Daredevil. Most likely, baka makita mo pa dito.
Daredevil.
Diba? Or like si The Punisher.
Yung Netflix show. Sobrang
speaking of the Netflix show. The Netflix Marvel shows are great.
At saka solid si Deborah Ann Wool doon, pare, si Karen.
Who's Karen again? The blonde? Ganda.
Yung lead din, pre, yung lead.
Speaking of crush lang sa mga doon sa Netflix series na Marvel, pare trip na trip ko si Jen Wick, yung sa Iron Fist. I forgot the name.
Actually, hindi ko nakita yung Iron Fist, hindi ko siya pinanood.
Basta yung girl sa Iron Fist, yung girl, Jen Wick kasi name sa Instagram. Follow ko siya.
Hindi ko rin kasi napanood yung Iron Fist, sayang ba?
Jessica Henwick, basta yung actress doon si Jessica Henwick.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Ang ganda namin. Jessica Henwick. Anyway, yun lang. Nakwento ko. So, yun. Let's go to the cons. Ano yung mga napansin yung cons regarding sa show? Kasi ito, wala akong masyadong insight regarding it kasi sobrang love ko yung, nagustuhan ko talaga yung show. So, I'd like to hear your insights first regarding the cons for you.
Pare, sobrang weird Kasi when you think about it, diba, as we've said and discussed and established earlier na Wandavision is very fresh and all that. And yung cons is actually the Marvel parts of the story. Yung mga Marvel tone sa story.
Yeah.
Kumbaga kasi for the first couple of episodes, yung WandaVision was very unique. Na parang talagang it was existing in its own universe. And then eventually pumapasok na yung sword. Tapos syempre isa pang Marvel, parang yung this is what I call Marvel-isms. Alam mo yun, yung parang attack Marvel. Isa pa dito is yung final battle nila yung sa last episode. Sobrang Marvel-ism nun pare, yung tipong napakasimple lang na okay, magkalaban kayo, tapos yan na yun. Tapos yun nangyari kay Vision, tsaka rin kay Fake Vision, kay White Vision, Privileged Vision, tsaka Colored Vision.
Si Karen Vision.
Diba?
Tayo na, gago. Battle of the Brains bigla, di ba? Parang love trip.
Sobrang,
Love trip.
tapos umiikot sila, nag-uusap sila dalawa na yun.
Pare, men, maangas yun, gago. Saan ka nakakita ng gano'n?
Nag-uusap sila. Parang may sinabi ka lang, tapos, please explain further. Butang ina, parang gano'n yun.
Parang ganito ko pag-away yung mga estudyante sa Section A. Parang ganun yung vibe.
Gago, men. Pare, totoo, gago. Kaya, di ba, bago magsutukan bigla, tangina, alam mo ba yung mitochondria? Tangina, gago ka.
Bakit mo nasabi?
Paano nasabi, hindi ko alam.
Ano facts mo?
Oh, pre.
Medyo
Pero actually, sasabihin ko din dyan, men. Oh, pero tuloy mo parang Migo. Mamaya
So
ako.
for me yun yung cons ng show eh. Yung parang Marvel-isms niya. Yung what makes it unfresh or very parang the Marvel formula is what I didn't like in this show. Yun na nga, one of which is yung parang abrupt final episode na parang alam mo yung parang ang bilis na nangyari. Parang, yun na nga, si Privileged Vision tsaka si Colored Vision, parang nagkaroon lang sila ng debate and then, yun na yun. Tapos, sobrang parang napakadaling explanation or parang napakadaling parang solution pala rather. Yung hahawakan lang niya ni Vision, si isang Vision.
Tapos
Tapos parang
memories.
nakakalaw niya lahat. Di ba? Parang in-infrared lang niya yung memory card.
Memories
Parang,
niya, di ba? Oo.
Kau yan, men. Parang siya, shit, oo nga, alis na ako. Parang, wow, ganun lang.
Hinikas lang, no? Skinan QR.
Diba? Galing na. Alam mo, papasok ka lang sa mall, eh.
Oo,
Anyway,
man.
tapos, yung kay Wandavision, kay Wanda, tsaka kay Catherine Han, I loved all their scenes except yung final episode, pare. Kasi, ano lang siya eh, parang it's another Marvel-ism. Yung tipong, okay, final battle na. Tapos, okay, magbabatuhan na lang tayo ng mga magic. Tapos, okay na yan, okay na yan. I mean, parang, sobrang, not that I'm really complaining eh. It sounds like I'm complaining, pero I'm not. Siguro, the reason why I am parang talking this way is because ang ganda na ng freshness saka ng uniqueness ng WandaVision on how they started and how they are telling the story and alam mo yun, and moving forward. Tapos bigla na lang in the last 2 episodes parang bumalik lang tayo sa lumang formula na parang para siyang dito pala tayo papupunta uli kasi when WandaVision was happening nung first few episodes it seemed like it was gonna head somewhere very alam mo yun, fulfilling in terms of uniqueness. Pero ang nangyari lang nung huli, parang okay, so parang balik lang tayo sa usual Marvel formula na lalaban sila tapos napaka-predictable ng lahat. And WandaVision as the show is anything but predictable. So I kinda hated it and how it ended to be very predictable. So yun. Yun yung isa sa mga main cons ko actually.
May question din ako doon, men eh. Diba? So nawalan siya ng power si Agatha doon sa end. So, nung nawala yung power siya, putang paano pa siya nakakalipad nun, men? Alam mo yun? Parang iniisip ko.
Bumagsak na siya nun. Nagka-crash na siya nun.
Hindi ba, yun nga pero nag-uusap pa sila ni Wanda nun bago sila bumagsak.
Hindi siya nawala ang alam ko,
nawalan siya ng
power.
Kasi
hindi siya nawala ng power.
Kasi di ba may runes, di ba? So basically, dapat hindi niya na nagagamit lahat nung kung ano man powers meron siya. Kasi hindi siya pwede mag-cast ng spell, di ba? So,
wait, I think buhat siya ni Wanda. Like, via spell. Para lang hindi siya malaglag.
Ganun ba? Okay.
I think so Parang naalala ko visually yun nata yung nangyayari.
Pero parang, hindi siya nawala ng powers totally at the end of the show. Ang alam ko ang ginawa... Hindi, ang alam ko ginawa ni Wanda
ginawa lang siyang character dun yung character niya dun sa show.
Basically, mind control lang. Tinanggal lang sa mind na may power siya. So basically, ginawa siyang normal na person, pero may power pa rin siya kung gusto ni Wandang ibalik yung basically yung utak niya.
Okay, so basically parang ang nangyari, kinuha lang ni Wanda uli yung powers niya back from Agatha. Kasi 'di ba kumukuha siya ng yun yung power ni Agatha 'di ba? Na parang kumukuha siya ng powers from other witches, 'di ba? So parang dun sa isang scene na yun, yung nag-transform na siya dun sa current costume niya ng Scarlet Witch. Parang 'di ba kinukuha niya yung energy from Agatha tapos sabay nandun din yung purple na powers niya, kaya parang iniisip ko nawala na siya ng powers talaga. So yun, pero yung con siguro mas nag-agree ako kay Nico men yung kay Vision. Sobrang sobrang biglaan na yun yung gusto kong i-bring up din talaga. Yung fight na yun pare. Tsaka gusto ko rin hindi ko rin maintindihan yung yung Vision na to, yung White Vision, ito yung katawan ni Vision na binuo ng sword.
Yes.
Yes, from the spare parts na nakuha nila sa dead na Vision.
Oh, so okay. So paano nila na-recreate yung AI ni Vision?
Tesseract ata ginamit nila eh.
Hindi, wala nga siya
Sabi
ng
niya,
mga
Which
stones.
Vision to? Which Vision
Yung
are we
White
talking
Vision, si
white.
White Vision.
Si Privilege.
from what I know, si Privilege.
Sa Privilege Vision.
From what I know, si White Vision, na-complete nila yung everything else. Kumbaga, complete na siya. Ang wala lang sa kanya
Mind Stone.
is, other than the Mind Stone, is also a way to parang activate, to turn him on, for lack of a better term.
Oo.
So, ang kailangan nila nung time na yun is like, it's like parang a part of Wanda's magic. Kasi di ba yun yung nangyari sa episode na yun? Parang meron silang drone.
Mm.
Yeah, kinuha.
Tapos, hinex ni Wanda. Tapos yung from that hex na drone, kinuha nila yung drone, tapos yung parang natitirang residue magic doon, yun yung nilagay nila kay...
Nilagay nila kay...
Okay.
So parang I think, in terms of specificity, para hindi ko alam kung paano nag-connect yung dalawang yun. Pero, basically that's what they did.
Yun yung problema ko doon. Kasi si Vision nabuhay siya dahil doon sa na-power nila yung Mind Stone doon sa katawan ni Vision eh. Kaya yung strength tsaka yung power na meron tong White Vision na to, hindi nagme-make sense sa akin nung naglaban sila. Sa totoo lang. Kaya parang sabi ko, paano nangyari to? Bakit sila naglalaban? Tapos ba't parang almost same power level sila nung Vision na kinreate ni Wanda? Alam mo yun? So yun lang parang problema. Masyadong butas yun para sa akin. And also yung ang pangalan nun yung si Captain Rambo, yun si Rambo. Yung nagkaroon siya ng powers na bakit out of all the people na pumasok dun sa Hex, ba't siya lang yung nagkaroon ng powers? Parang, yun anong explanation ba dun?
The explanation daw there is that siya lang yung pumasok doon 3 times ata. Kasi siya yung unang pumasok, that's 1. Tapos lumabas siya, that's 2. Tapos pumasok siya uli, that's 3.
Okay.
So, kasi yung explanation nila doon, kasi diba meron doon isang, ano nga ba yung pants? Parang they saw parang may pair of pants.
Yung Kevlar na suot niya, parang naging ganun yung material ng pants na suot niya.
Yes. So they were saying or implying at that moment na yung parang hex field ni Wanda is always going to parang jumble up yung molecules mo in some capacity. So kung nakakailang pasok ka doon, mag-iiba, parang mas nagiging prone yung disassembledness ng molecules mo. Now, in terms of being specific kung paano niya nakuha yung powers na yun, wala pong masyadong explanation.
Diba, wala pang sagot.
Sinabi sa show.
Oo.
Pero, basically, yung powers ni Monica sa comic books is kung anong type of energy yung nakita niya or yung tumama sa kanya, pwede niyang i-recreate yun at ibalik sa kalaban.
Okay.
So technically speaking, sobrang lakas niya, pare.
Parang si yung nasa DC din, pare, yung parang Atom, yung
I think it's something like that.
Para siyang ganun. Yung silver yung katawan, tas blue tsaka red yung kamay.
Yeah. So medyo ganun yung powers ni Monica.
So, okay, gets ko na. Pero yun nga, parang yung etong cons na to na binabanggit ko, actually, yun lang, parang masyadong butas. Walang explanation kung bakit nangyari. Nangyari lang sila dahil sinabi nung writers, gets mo? Parang, parang kung ganun, katulad ng pinag-uusapan natin kanina na kung nag-i-invest sila sa finer details, bakit hindi pa dito sa mga bagay na pwede pang tanungin ng tao? Gets mo na parang na mapapansin talaga ng tao. Yun yung problema ko dito sa series na to. Actually, yung dalawa lang naman na yun. And also, so for the longest time may witches pala. So bakit hindi alam ng buong mundo yan, especially Shield and also Sword, na may ganun palang klaseng mga tao na naglalakad dito sa universe na to. No, yun.
I think they're aware, pero siguro hindi lang nila ginagawa ng
hindi sila threat. so far. Hindi kasi
Oo.
sila threat.
Kasi yung reasoning ko behind na alam nila or they have a clue is if you guys can remember in Captain America the Winter Soldier, yung pinaka-plano ng Hydra / Shield nung time na yun is merong Triskel
Potential.
yun.
Yeah, patayin yung
Merong
mga
yung parang
potential.
ship, yung battleship,
Yeah.
merong tatlong Triskel yun na ganun, na ship. Tapos yung trabaho nila doon is they're going to eliminate possible threats.
Yeah, calculate
Tapos,
yung mga calculated threats.
yeah, calculated threats, exactly. Isa sa mga minention nilang name doon is si Doctor
Si
Strange.
Doctor Strange, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically that means na Shield and or Sword is most likely keeping tabs at these people pero hindi lang talaga nila masyadong pinapansin pero for sure they know.
Okay.
Alam mo yun?
Okay.
So yun yung that's my rough explanation of it.
So
Pero,
yun lang. Pero tapos may ano ko doon may kadugtong akong question doon. Pero mamaya ako na i-save ko na yun kasi since cons of Wandavision pinag-usapan natin. Pero yung mga butas yung sa doon sa dalawang basically scenes na yun dito sa show doon ako medyo negative.
Tsaka I think yung witchcraft or like yung mga magic is ngayon lang nila in-depth in this phase. In my opinion I think dito nila i-expand nila tong magic, well, basically the magic powers
the magic.
in this phase talaga, in this phase 4 nila gagawin talaga yun. Kaya, yeah, magaganda yung questions na yan kasi I'm pretty sure tatanungin, hopefully masagot nila yan in this phase 4. We have a question from Ken Gonzalez. Any ideas on who was the person mentioned by Agent Wu in the witness protection program?
Honestly, oo pare. Gusto ko rin malaman yan. Kasi
I think hindi pa I've searched about it. Wala pa ata sila explanation. I think i-explain pa lang nila yan in the coming
May theories kayo? May theories kayo kasi
na either sino nga ba
yung
babae?
white girl? Yeah, yung white girl.
Kasi
sabi lang si Emma Frost.
Yeah. Well, for me, I think it's her kasi out of all the parang civilians doon sa Westview, siya yung may pinaka screen time.
Yes.
So, in terms of kung sino man siya in reality or in real life doon sa MCU, wala pang sinasabi eh. Pero one fun theory is na pwedeng sa witness protection is actually si Pietro pare, si Ralph Boner pare. Parang I think that's it could be him kasi parang when you think about it, ito yung clues dyan. I read about this somewhere. So the reason how we all found out that Ralph is a regular person, na hindi siya si Quicksilver, is si Monica Rambeau saw a what do you call that? Headshot, sorry. A headshot of himself. Usually yung mga headshot na yan is for Hollywood actors. Right? Actors basically, kasama yun sa portfolio nila. So when you think about it, Westview is such a far-off town from basically yung mga studios and whatnot. So they're saying na si Ralph Boner daw, the theory at least, is used to be parang a trying hard up-and-coming actors dito sa MCU.
Okay.
Tapos something happened, alam mo, which is di natin alam. Now he has to be secluded in a place na walang maghahanap sa kanya.
Gets. Okay.
So that's one theory.
Baka may nakita siya kung ano man.
Yeah, something like that.
One theory naman na nabasa ko regarding yung girl. I forgot the name of the girl, yung sinasabi mo. Yung maputi na girl, di ba?
Yeah.
Yung basta parang high socialite nila, di ba? One of the theories na sabi nila doon is the reason kung bakit siya yung witness protection program person is because di ba nagkaroon ng board tas regarding yung doon sa sword base may board na nandun yung mga basically every resident. Black guy, kung sino yung mga yan, ang wala daw doon is the girl itself. So wala siya dun sa board ng mga parang ito.
Anong ine-explain nila kung sino tong yung mga nakatira doon?
Mga actors, 'di ba? Parang this guy is playing this guy or this person is playing that guy. Dun sa board na yun, meron lang siyang picture. Pero walang nakalagay kung sino siya. Walang details. So isa sa sinasabi nilang theory na siya nga daw yun. And I think also out of all the actors, medyo if I'm not mistaken, medyo A-list tong actor ito eh. Like, meron siyang, this girl, I think, is a very well-known actor compared to the other supporting actors that we see in this series.
Okay.
So, that's one of the reasons, baby, kung bakit, in my opinion, baka siya nga yun. So, yun.
Yeah, most likely.
O baka si Kitty Foreman yun, men. Yung parang sa That 70 Show. Napanood yun ba yung That 70 Show?
Hindi pa.
yung nanay dun sa That 70 Show, nandun din siya sa
Yeah!
siya
Yeah,
yung
nandun din
asawa
siya
ng
dun.
boss ni Vision Man. Oo.
Oh.
Oo.
Oh, yeah.
Ano pa kaya si Emily White ba yun? Ano name niya ulit?
Hindi, nakalimutan.
Bethany
nakalimutan ko
White? Basta
Hindi,
White
hindi,
yung
hindi,
last
hindi
name,
si
di ba?
Betty White yun eh. Si Betty White matanda na siya eh. Sobrang tanda na
Sino
ni
to?
Betty White
Shit.
eh.
But yeah, basta yung nakakatawa. Yung
Oo.
nakakatawa.
Siya yung nasa That 70 Show din.
For me, ang cons lang is I have to connect with Migo. Hindi naman siya sobrang cons, pero parang may mga cliche moments in a Marvel film. Like
Yeah,
example,
cliche.
si Monica Rambeau, kinakausap niya si Scarlet Witch. Na parang nakikiusap siya na, oh, stop being bad, blah, 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 shit, blah. I mean, like, it's not really that bad. I mean, well, kailangan mo i-incorporate sa show or something like that. Pero meron siya mga moments na medyo cliche. I mean, a Marvel cliche, like yung
Yeah.
mga parang sentimental moments bigla. I mean, like yung the Vision and Wanda moment, 'di ba? Yung sinabi niya grief. It's kind of a cliche moment, pero I mean, it's nice that they added it there.
Na-appreciate ko yung scene na yun eh.
Yeah,
Maganda siya.
appreciate mo naman yung scene. Pero yun nga, again, yung Marvel formula is still there. So I think yun lang pinaka-cons. Aside from that, wala naman. I mean, wala. Ako, I really, really like the show in my opinion.
Mhm.
Tuwa ako dun. Especially yung mga cliffhanger moments sila. Ayun.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Ako may question ako
Go.
Ano yan, pare?
sa actually, magmo-move na ba tayo sa questions? Kasi gusto ko talaga tanungin to
Yeah,
eh.
let's move to the questions. Let's go.
Parang kumbaga kasi naguluhan ako kasi alam ko si Wanda tsaka si Pietro anak sila ni Magneto, 'di ba? Supposedly sa
Yes.
comics.
Comic books.
So parang kung binili na nila tong X-Men dahil ba na late na or yung Fox na late dahil ba na late na nabili ng Marvel yung 20th Century Fox kaya hindi na mutants tong dalawang to, hindi na sila anak
Yes.
ni ano.
Yes.
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 100% pare.
Okay, so parang wala nang
No, sorry.
silang kinalaman dun.
Sorry, hindi sila 100% na hindi pa mutants. Kasi I think they're still trying to figure out if they're gonna be called mutants in this universe. Pero 100% na hindi sila anak ni Magneto.
Oo.
Okay.
Actually, kasi before, pare, they couldn't use, Marvel, MCU, couldn't use the word mutants kasi that word is under Fox. Yung terminology na yun, they can't use that. So, for the meantime, yung pinaka-close explanation kung sino or ano si Wanda at saka si Pietro, they're called miracles. Kasi yung sinabi sa kanila nung end ng movie nga ba yun? Sorry, but there's this one movie, post-credit scene. First time nila pinakita si Wanda at saka si Pietro. Tapos nanonood dun sa CCTV is yung Hydra agent na sinabi nyo kanina na yung pangalan ng relo.
Civil War ata yun eh. Hindi, sorry, Civil War.
I forgot the name, parang anyway, basta yung guy na yun, siya yung nagsabi na the age of heroes is over. Parang the age of miracles is here. Tapos pinakita si Pietro at si Wanda.
Okay.
So technically, hindi nila sinabi na mutant sila. So they're quote-unquote miracles. I don't know if they're gonna call them mutants in the later...
Kasi nabili na nila eh.
Yeah, pwede. They could really could.
Oo.
By the way, guys, fun facts pala. Mabilis lang. So si Hugh Jackman, also known as Wolverine, we all know na he's retired already in playing that character, right? Although he did say in one interview that he's willing to reprise the role of Wolverine, going to be in an Avengers scene or whatever. And now na pinili na ng Marvel yung X-Men, alam mo yun, pwede pare. We could there's a possibility again in seeing Wolverine if ever ibalik nila yung X-Men.
Yeah, hopefully
parang tingin niyo hindi siya i-recast na as kasi matanda na rin si Hugh Jackman eh. So parang kailangan na nilang
I think they're gonna recast it.
Parang sino ang balita nila si Charlie Dunham yung magiging bagong Wolverine daw.
Who's Charlie Dunham again?
Yung sa ano bang movie? King Arthur ba? Hindi ko maalala kung
Charlie Hunnam, yeah. Siya nga daw.
Siya yung papalit daw na Wolverine.
Sons of Anarchy.
Ayun, basta parang yun nga kailangan na nila maghanap ng
higher
ng iba pa or mas bata pa na Wolverine. Pero gusto ko nga talaga sana makita si Hugh Jackman na nandun sa sa Wolverine costume niya kasi we came close dun sa sa The Wolverine na kinut out nila yung scene lang pero pinakita 'di ba yung sa deleted scene pinakita yung
Yes, I saw
yung
that.
costume niya. So gusto ko rin makita sana yun. Pero tingnan natin, makita natin in the future.
Hopefully.
Mm.
Yeah, they're also well, they're hinting, I'm not sure, pero fan theory to with the WandaVision. They're hinting about the mutant kasi nga 'di ba si Wanda, she kind of stopped she kind of stopped the bomb technically from exploding.
Yeah.
So, ang sinasabi na is there's a fan theory na she's actually a mutant already. Kasi hindi naman in-expound nila na pwede yung bloodline niya may konting halong witch, something like that. But she's actually mutant na-enhance lang ng Mind Stone. So, yun yung sinasabi nila. Do we have a comment from...
Hell yeah. That's right.
Ayan na, sinabi niya.
They aren't Magneto's kids.
Hindi na rin sila anak. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so basically
I wasn't made aware of that. Thank you.
Okay, so hindi na pa rin.
Puta, baka binago din dahil wala silang rights. Baka binago ng Marvel yung 2050 kasi wala silang rights.
Para
lang
nasa kanila pa eh.
Ito, meron ako sa inyong insider balita, pare. So, before nung mga 2000, like mid-2010, mga mid-2010, since Marvel, MCU, since yung Marvel hindi nila hawak yung Fantastic Four and X-Men, ang ginawa nila sa Fantastic Four and X-Men na comic, sobrang ginawa nilang pangit yung story, gago.
Uy.
Oh, man.
Pero feeling ko gumana, men. Pero kasalanan din ng Fox kung ba't sila nag-fail. Pero parang in a way gumana yun kasi nabawi nila yung IPs na yun, pare, yung franchise or yung mga comic na titles na yun.
Sobrang juggernaut ng MCU, may binili nila, no? Hayop.
And then tsaka owned by Disney, pare. Malaki na silang kumpanya. Kaya nilang bilhin kahit sino, men.
Hayop with Disney, lahat binibili. Pero anyway, I mean, it's good content. Ang galing eh. I mean, like this one, we're talking about this. Now, do you have any questions, guys, to all our viewers? Any more questions? Ako, ano ba mga questions ko ngayon? Nag-explore ko ano mga tanong na pwede ko, Siguro to. I have one question. For me, but I think nasagot na kanina eh. Question ko lang dapat is Wanda a hero or a villain in the show? I think we all agree. I would say na she is the villain in the show. No matter what happens, she was the villain in the show. Although, ang ganda lang na, ito pala yung gusto ko i-highlight. This is basically the stages of grief. Talagang pinakita nila, in this show. Na everything from the denial stage to the acceptance stage to the moving on. Pinakita nila yung stages of grief. Something na parang, not a lot of superhero shows are tackling. Yes. I mean, kasi, di ba, typical superhero movies, di naman lang itatakil yan ganyan eh. And here, I think this movie, in my opinion, she's really the villain na parang they focus, well, she's technically a hero, but in the whole story, it's a story about a villain. That's how I see it. So for you guys, do you think a hero or a villain?
Ako, I think villain well, not really a full-fledged villain. Alam mo yun, hindi siya yung parang evil, alam mo yun. She's not evil, pero you can say na villain siya.
Ano
that's my
ma-classify mo ba siya as anti-hero? Parang ganun?
Hindi. For the show, hindi in my opinion. In the show,
for the show, yeah.
Hindi. Moving forward though, I'm not sure if we're gonna classify her as an anti-hero. Kasi in my opinion, after this show, nagkaroon na siya ng basically enlightenment on the things that she's done wrong. So I think she's gonna make better choices now in the future. So I think she's gonna be a hero moving forward. I think she was an anti-hero throughout the MCU Phase 3. Anti-hero maybe, but now I think he's gonna be a hero. But for this show, I think she was a villain, in my opinion.
For me, I think moving forward, it's going to be dependent on how other superheroes interact with her. Kasi if other superheroes go to her in an aggressive way, alam mo yung tipong, oy, sumama ka sa amin, mag-explain ka sa presinto or something like that. Siyempre, alam mo yun, papalag si Wanda and I'm pretty sure na she doesn't want to deal with that BS. Pero if anything, siguro yung parang magiging spokesperson ni Wanda sa mga heroes si Monica. Kasi on how she was established in the show, it was showing na siya yung pinaka nakaka-empathize kay Wanda. Kasi somewhat parang, I think it was
Pagdaanan
hinted
niya.
in the show, na parang nagigets niya yung
Oo.
pinagdadaanan ni Wanda.
Oo.
Kasi
Carol.
Wanda is parang somewhat controlled her mind already in somewhat. So parang medyo meron na siyang parang remnants of feelings or ideas ni Wanda sa show na to. Sa pinagdadaanan niya. Kaya siya yung nagde-defend kay Wanda sa show na to. So moving forward, I think most superheroes are going to look at Wanda in an aggressive, negative way. Pero I think na yun nga, magiging parang middleman or woman si Monica Rambeau. Kumbaga parang isipin niyo, Winter Soldier and si Captain America. Like everyone was looking at the Winter Soldier badly until Steve Rogers was parang fighting for, alam mo yun, na parang hindi mabait siya, tiwala, alam mo yun.
Talagang binrainwash lang siya, parang ganun.
Yeah, so I think na may ganung mangyayaring effect kay Wanda moving.
Actually, 'di ba sinabi niya naman doon sa sa end na na kung siya may powers na ganun, gagawin niya rin 'yan to bring back her mom. So so totoo yung sinasabi mo na parang nag-empathize siya or naipag-sympathize na siya kay Wanda. Tsaka ano yun, tingin niyo ba papasok siya sa Avengers to si Monica? Kasi may powers na siya eh.
Yeah,
dude.
She would be.
Yeah, dude. Kasama siya sa The Marvels.
Sa The Marvels.
Okay.
Miss Marvel, si...
Okay, sa bagay, nga pala. Magkaano nga pala sila, no? Magkailala. Siya yung bata dun sa movie, di ba?
Sa movie,
Yes.
Oo.
nga
pala.
Pamangkin siya ni Carol Danvers. Speaking of, one of the fan theories na nabasa ko is the reason kung ba't siya nagkaroon ng powers kasi exposed siya sa powers before ni Carol Danvers. Kaya iba yung effects ng hex sa kanya. So, one of the fan theories na nabasa ko na parang the reason kung ba't niya na-accept is parang hindi naman niya absorb yung powers ni Captain Marvel. It's just that na-expose siya on that type of energy.
Kailangan ko
Parang
i-rewatch yung Captain Marvel para makita ko yun.
Kaya yun.
Kasi once ko lang pinanood yung Captain Marvel. Sa totoo lang kasi Captain Marvel, parang hindi ako masyado naging natuwa dun sa Captain Marvel. Oo.
Ako, ang ganda lang ni ano eh.
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson, kaya talaga ako nanood. So, ang ganda niya. Hindi ko gusto yung short hair sa kanya, pare. Yun lang masasabi ko.
Yung Leia sa longga hair, gag.
Oo, yung Karen haircut. Ayoko doon.
Yung buhok ni Leia sa longga, gag.
The voice, no?
Diba? Pero, yung tingin nyo, ang tawag dyan, kung i-connect man nila yung X-Men, ibalik nila yung ang tawag dyan, yung connection ni Wanda tsaka ni Pietro kay Magneto. Tingin nyo ba?
I don't think so.
Feeling ko medyo pointless.
Yeah,
gawin yun.
doesn't make sense.
Although, sa movies, sa Fox, I think it was already hinted lang hindi confirmed, na si Pietro is the son.
Yeah.
Sa X-Men Apocalypse yata yun di ba?
Hinted lang. Pero never really confirmed. So, I think okay nga na ganun lang kasi feeling ko really moving forward,
hindi na
they're not
kailangan.
going to be anak ni...
Oh yeah, sorry, I just want to say this. Speaking of Pietro and everything, after this show, doon ko na-realize, sayang na pinatay nila si Pietro, no? Si Pietro sa Avengers. In my opinion,
na hanggang ngayon hindi ko pa rin naintindihan. Bakit nga nila ginawa yun?
Dahil nga sa Fox and Marvel yun, that time eh. Kasi,
dahil nilabas nila si...
May nabasa akong parang article na the reason kung ba't nila pinatay yun. Kasi maganda, parang miscommute. Kasi nung time na hindi pa naman tayo, hindi pa tayo sanay with having multi-characters in different franchises eh. Ngayon na nga lang tayo sasanay na may multiverse eh. So ngayon pala parang nagiging matalino yung tao na naiintindihan na, etong Quicksilver na to, iba sa Quicksilver dito. So ngayon pa tayo nasasanay doon. So nung time na yun, I think one of the reasons doon na pinatay lang siya ng Marvel was to basically not have the lawsuits against it. Kasi technically hawak ng Fox nung time na yung something with their rights or basta something like that. Kasi they had 2 Quicksilvers that time eh. So doon sa nabasa kong article, parang ginawa na lang MCU para lang hindi magkaroon ng tawag doon, ng lituhan or something, cut off na natin tong character to since ginagamit siya ng character sa kabila.
Gets.
So yun yung isa sa reason kung bakit, yung parang sinasabi nilang reason So,
Gets.
doon sa nabasa kong article. So,
Mm.
after this movie, na-realize ko na parang, shit, sayang yung character to. Sayang basically si Pietro in this universe na hindi natin siya nakita pa more. Kasi, basically, ganda nung parang sobrang tight sila dun sa story ni Wanda eh. 'Di ba? So, parang nagkaroon ng, well, siguro dahil namatay siya, kaya parang nagkaroon tayo ng more of empathy with her. So,
Yeah.
pero yun nga, parang natuwa lang ako, sayang yung character eh. Maangas din naman yun. Although, mabagal nga lang siya. Tangin na siya yung Quicksilver na mabagal.
Mabagal.
So, yeah, yun. Yun
Oh.
lang.
PLDT,
Ay, by the way, may
Gago din
naalala
pare,
ako.
Bonanza gago. Bonanza na Quicksilver yun, men.
May naalala lang pala ako. Magfo-fall under to sa Easter eggs. Pero naalala niyo may sinabi siya. Hindi ko lang sure kung Easter egg talaga to. Kasi, pero naalala niyo yung sinabi niya, nagsasalita si Pietro tapos sinabi ni Wanda na kick ass.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
tapos, tapos
That was
sabi ko,
reference,
di ba kasi yung unang Pietro dito sa MCU, siya rin si kick ass dun sa movie.
Actually, yung best friend ni Kick-Ass is actually yung Quicksilver sa Fox. I forgot their names. Shit. Pero basically, yung dalawang Quicksilver is actually
nandun nga
in
siya.
Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Nandun nga
Pareho
siya.
sila, no? Pareho sila
Oo.
sa Kick-Ass.
Oo nga
Yeah.
pala. Oo nga.
Kaya sinabi niya yung Kick-Ass.
Ah,
That's that is an Easter egg.
Yun. So, yan. Naalala ko lang bigla.
Pero grabe, sayang yung speaking of X-Men, napaisip lang ako. Sobrang nanginayang ako sa nangyari sa kanila, pare. Kasi medyo off topic, pero grabe yung X-Men First Class kasi, tsaka yung
Days of Future
yung
Past.
X-Men Days of Future Past, yung
Sobrang
dalawang
ganda.
yun,
Sobrang ganda
Pare, ang
nun.
ganda nun. Ang ganda
Sobrang
nun,
ganda
Gagi.
talaga.
Ang gandang reboot nun.
Kala
Technically,
ko-
tema reboot siya eh. Pero ang
Yeah.
ganda.
Oo, pero akala ko ang magsisave sa kanila di ba kasi nag-direct yata nun si Bryan Singer ba? Yung unang director ng X-Men. So kala ko siya ni magiging savior ng
second movie, siya yung
yung second, ang ganda ng X2 men eh. So
No, siya yung sa Days of Future Past.
meaning ko yung 'di ba siya ba yung original director or yung sa X2?
Siya yung sa original director, yes.
Oh, yun. So
yung lumang-lumang 2000.
oh, 'di ba?
Yeah,
So
una.
So, parang nung naisip ko yun, kala ko siya na yung magsisave dito sa franchise na to. Tapos sabay, lumabas tong X-Men Apocalypse, men, tsaka Dark Phoenix. Ang pangit, men. Sobrang, bad trip lang ako sa movie, so sayang na sayang talaga. So,
Yung Dark Phoenix recently ko napanood, pangit.
Ang pangit pa rin, nakatulog ako sa sinihan dun sa movie na yun. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, mas agad pa yung Aladdin kaysa dito. Kasi alam ko, halos magkasunod yung pinalabas eh. Parang ganyan iniisip ko.
Sobrang sayang yun. Kasi yung first two X-Men movies, na yung reboot yung Days of Future Past tsaka yung First Class, they both really focused on the characters eh. At saka sobrang ganda ng movie yun, pare. For me, medyo
Yung Days of Future Past, sobrang ganda. Tuwa ako sa mga Sentinels dun.
Ako din, pare. At
First
saka
time na nirelease yung Sentinels technically in live action, kung di ko nagkakamali.
Tsaka ginawa na nila na may Pacquiao kay Mystique eh. Alam mo yun? Tapos, kaso minilk na nila ng sobra si Jennifer Lawrence dun sa susunod na mga
kahit
X-Men
na si Jennifer
movies.
Lawrence, ayaw na niya pumalik sa role eh. Parang I think I read somewhere na that's how she felt. Pero yung magaling for me sa Days of Future Past, yung nag-usap yung matanda at saka yung batang Professor X, pare.
Yung I don't want your future, yung gumanon siya.
Batang Professor X.
Sobrang bagay.
Sobrang
Saka Magneto, no?
Sobrang
Magneto,
galing.
bagay sila, pare.
Galing na casting. Oo.
Nakakaiyak yan, pare, yung kausap niya yung matandang sarili niya. Para ako, oh my God!
Gustong-gusto ko rin yung scene na yun. Ang galing nga.
Solid na, pare.
Anyway, off topic na tayo. Let's talk about the future of WandaVision. The future of WandaVision, I think after this show, well, we're not gonna have a WandaVision season 2 the way na magkakaroon tayo ng most likely ng Captain America and Winter Soldier part na season 2. They already said na WandaVision is basically a one-off or like a one season limited series. So now the future is basically Wanda. We're gonna see her on the
Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness, and then Monica Rambeau, we'll see her in the Marvels. Now si Vision, in terms of Vision, wala pa ako idea kasi si Privileged Vision naganap na siya ng sarili niyang problema eh. So bigla lang siya lumipad, di ba?
Nasa Nitopia siya, pare.
So sinesearch na, what's the meaning of
Oh.
life? Mga ganun. Why am I alive?
Why
Di
am
ba
I
yung mga
here?
ganun? Why am I here? Who's my
Nanonood ng
father?
Matrix.
Oh, mga ganun.
Oo
So,
nga eh.
ngayon, what's your future expectation with these characters, with this franchise? I mean, I don't think we're gonna have a
Yeah.
franchise, but with the characters itself,
Mm.
are you excited for it? Do you know anything about the
Ako
future of these
pare,
characters? So,
ako
come on.
pare, since na napag-usapan natin yung X-Men kanina, siguro ano ko na to pare, sasabihin ko na din. Parang I think na if they're going to move forward, if Marvel's gonna move forward and integrate X-Men in the future of MCU, siguro palitan na nila lahat except si Professor X tsaka si Magneto pare. Kasi they're not that
Mm.
old naman eh. And sa tingin
Yeah.
ko, by the time na ipasok nila sila, nandun sila sa parang tamang edad na
Totoo.
medyo oldies na.
Totoo.
Alam mo yun, parang they can really grow old in this franchise,
Totoo.
in this new franchise, in this new universe as the new as the new Professor X and then the new Magneto. Tsaka for me perfect casting, and alam mo yun, parang Marvel has the how do you say that? Parang has the balls to take that risk na i-retain nila si James McAvoy as Professor X tsaka
Mm.
si Michael Fassbender as
May star
Magneto,
power
tapos
pati
papalitan
sila
nila
eh.
lahat. Oo, pare.
Oh.
So, for me, ako, in terms of future, yun, pare. Kasi,
Mm.
parang lahat naman tayo, meron na tayong idea kung saan papunta yung Marvel. Pero, siguro yung sinasabi ko ngayon is like, yung pinaka, like, sagad na what if, na very possible naman mangyari. So, yun.
Mm.
No, what about future for WandaVision? May
Ah,
MCU pinag-usapan natin, but yeah, future for
yeah.
WandaVision. Any insights
I-
or like thoughts about?
Yeah. I think wala na siyang part 2, pare. Kasi,
Mm-mm.
very, very resolved na siya eh.
Mm.
Although, what I like about it, kahit wala ng part 2 ang WandaVision, sobrang hindi na natin kailangan ng WandaVision 2 kasi ganun kagaling yung show na to eh. Alam mo yun, hindi mo na kailangan ng season 2 to really revamp or
Yeah,
really
agree.
breathe life in other characters kasi ang laki na ng ginawa ng WandaVision eh. Sobrang binigyan niya ng pakialam tayo sa mga side characters na to before.
Mm.
And now we're just more excited to see them do their own thing in other franchises. So if there's any parang indicator ng Marvel kung talagang nag-succeed sila, I think they did. Kasi successful yung show. Not only that, they made the fans excited to see these characters in other franchises sa MCU. Alam mo
Mm.
yun? So, they did a great job.
Mm.
Yeah. Go, Ivan.
Ako feeling ko pare same din kay Migo. Parang wala ka nang tutuloy pang storya dito bukod dun sa ano eh. Alam mo yun na sila lang. Kasi wala pa tayong parang big event na nangyayari na kailangan pa na explanation about sa kanila. So, parang ako honestly, wala naman ang pakialam kung maglabas silang ng Vision movie kasi parang anong pag-uusapan mo dun? Anong pag-uusapan mo?
Sinutopia lang siya.
Oh,
Kuya, open time.
Diba? Tapos, si Wanda din, yun nga, excited ako makita siyang siguro safe to say na ano eh, na parang maganda na silang supporting characters ngayon for bigger Marvel characters. Masasabi ko. Parang feeling ko hindi pa rin sila ganun kalaki para magdala ng sarili ng movies. Katulad ni si Vision. Si Wanda siguro may pag-asa pa after netong Multiverse of Madness. Pero, again, parang kung para sa Wandavision mismo na storyline, parang wala na akong makita pa na isusunod nila after nito. So lahat ng magiging future nito nakarely dun sa kabuuan ng MCU, lalo na sa Phase 4 na lalabas na yung The Marvels. Tsaka yung Multiverse of Madness. Basically nandun lahat yung hahanapin natin kung gusto natin sila makita. Pero yung storyline nila para sa kanila lang, feeling ko hindi na kailangan.
Ako naman, I'm very excited with the characters na mag-move forward, especially with Agatha. I'm pretty sure makikita pa natin siya soon. Hopefully, we get to see her soon. What else? Well, Wanda, yes. Si Vision, yung White Vision, hindi ako excited. Parang piniturahan ng poison. Di ba?
gagawin na. Yung
Pare,
matagal,
di ba sa
yung matagal
commercial?
na kulong.
Okay lang tayo bilang ang pinuntrahan ng Boys in na wala. Si Boys in Vision, hindi ako masyado excited kay Boys in Vision ngayon eh. So, wala na siguro yun. Baka supportin nila. Pero kay Wanda and Agatha,
Boys in
I'd like to
Vision.
see more Agatha more. Hopefully, we get to see Agatha in,
Si Catherine Han.
The Multiverse of Madness.
Nag-agree ako dun.
we would.
Nag-agree
Monica
ako.
Rambeau, hindi ako excited. Actually, mas excited ba ako kay Agent Woo na makita sa other series.
Ako din.
Ako din.
Si Darcy. Darcy's coming back in Thor, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Pare,
Thor
Kat
and-
Dennings.
Yeah.
Kat Dennings.
Yeah, so yun. Sino ba? And yes, speaking of, thank you Ken for saying it. Yung witness protection program person, hopefully malaman pa natin soon.
Sabi ni Ken,
yeah.
si Billy tsaka si Tommy daw. Babalik
Oh yeah,
daw
pala
somehow.
kung siya. Bill and Tommy will be back somehow.
Definitely.
Hopefully they find a way to bring them back kasi I think they were one of the great things dun sa the acting of the kids were nice. Pati pinakita kung paano pala maging parents sila Vision, so nakakatawa siya.
Oo. At saka may hint doon sa show, di ba? Nung nag-aaral si Wanda doon sa parang binabasa niyang book, I forgot what it's called. Pero parang narinig niya yung voice ni Billy and Tommy. Parang they called out for her, tapos doon na nag-end yung So, alam mo yun, feeling ko medyo loosely connected yun sa plot ng Multiverse of Madness. Na parang siguro Wanda would be trying all her might to get Tommy and Billy back. Pero by doing so, medyo na nagkakaputa-puta yung mga multiverse. So, syempre si Doctor Strange papasok na parang, oy, chill ka lang, man. Something like that.
Gawa lang tayo ng baby gusto mo. May Doctor Strange.
Pero
Darkhold yun.
Pero ganun nga ba talaga? Yun yung gusto kong, well, siguro masasagot yung question na yun dito sa susunod na movie. Pero mas malakas nga ba talaga si Scarlet Witch kay Doctor Strange? Kasi di ba yun yung sinabi ni Agatha dun sa end netong series na to. Ano bang background natin yan sa comics, pare?
Kasi pare, I think the way they're setting up Wanda in this universe is that she is somewhat destined for power. Para siyang basically the Scarlet Witch. Para siyang meron siyang in terms of X-Men, balik na naman tayo sa X-Men. In terms of X-Men, meron siyang parang quote-unquote Phoenix Force na parang pag meron kang ganun, you're basically overpowered already.
Yes.
And I think that's parang, I mean, when you look at those two characters, si Phoenix at saka si Wandavision, I think there's somewhat a relation in terms of how the story is telling them how powerful they are.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're gonna ask me kung mas malakas ba talaga si Wanda kay Doctor Strange, I think so, yeah. Kasi I think that's how the story is setting it up. Parang isipin mo ganito si Wanda, para siyang si LeBron James, pare. As in, talagang she's just born to be great. Tapos, si Doctor Strange, parang si siya, pare. Si
Jordan.
Pare. Alam mo yun, mataas yung basketball IQ, pero alam mo yun. Medyo hanggang doon na lang.
Pero, ewan ko, tama ba, Migo? Sa comics, sobrang overpower nung dalawa. As in, sobrang lakas nila sa comics.
Yeah, they are. They are, actually.
Dito sa MCU, nerf sila no? Talagang
definitely. Lalo na si Doctor Strange, pare. Kasi, naalala ko before, nung way back in 2007 ata, meron pang binuo na parang, there's this new Avengers na ginawa sila ng time na yun. They call it the Avengers Illuminati. Wherein basically each member is a representative of a large group in the universe. Actually, maangas yun, pare. Pwede nyo i-search yun. Parang nandun si Professor X, representative siya ng mutants. Nandun si Iron Man, representative siya ng human. Nandun si Namor, representative siya ng mga anti-heroes. At saka Atlantis. So, at saka nandun din si Doctor Strange, representative siya ng parang mga yung
sorcerers.
Sorcerers. Nandun din si...
Ano ginagawa nila dun?
Sila yung para silang mas malalim na Avengers. Parang they only talk together pag merong parang malaking threat.
Ano yung cosmic threat?
Ang laki ng threat doon. Sobrang laki nun para mag-usap-usap sila lang ganun.
Yung mga malalakas.
Parang basta maangas yan, pare. Nakalimutan ko na yung mga stories na nabasa ko about them.
Malaki t-shirt nun, Ivan. Ng cosmic threat na yun. Baka malaki din gold tip ng mga ganun.
Malaki men, sure.
Malaki. Okay.
Oh.
Okay na, search ko nga yun. Pangalan, ano name? Sorry.
Illuminati.
Marvel Illuminati.
Avengers Illuminati.
Oo. Pare, solid no?
Tingnan natin yung mga storyline sa Marvel. Hindi tayo familiar dyan. Pero maganda nga talaga.
May naisip pa pala ako ito. What if example, naglaban si Doctor Strange, pati si
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch, di ba? So, parang mag-a-alter sila ng reality. So, tangina parang ang laugh trip no? Imagine mo, sabay-sabay sila nag-a-alter ng reality. Paano sila mananalo doon? Di ba? Tangina, example lang, binabago mo yung isa ginagawa mong kape, tapos isa ginagawa ng tsaa, tapos naglalaban-laban sila ng gano'n gago. Ina-alter lang nila gago.
Ang labo nga nun
Tsaa to gago. Di
yung kay Wanda nagtatransform, yung kay Doctor Strange tumutupi-tupi ga.
Pero sobrang wild yun pag makita natin sa theaters.
Live action, no? Feeling ko, excited ako.
Kasi yung Doctor Strange, sobrang visual treat siya, di ba?
Sobra.
Inception nga na ewan, di ba?
Oo, pare.
Ang sarap niyang panoorin ng normal, as after nun, may take ka na para panoorin ulit. Para lang ma-experience yung visual takes. Pare, solid.
I think ganun yung gagawin nila if ever maglaban sila, pare. Solid nun.
Si paring Blue Eyes, nasa chat na naman ano daw yung tumutupi-tupi. Yung surroundings ba, pagka ina-alter na ni Doctor Strange yung reality, tumutupi.
Tumutupi-tupi yung tewo. Tumutupi-tupi yung tewo.
Tumutupi-tupi ba? Oo.
Alright, so I guess natackle natin lahat, guys. That was a good talk regarding Wandavision. I hope na-enjoy ito ng mga
Paano men?
Paano? Pakita mo paano.
Tumutupi-tupi na ganyan. Tumutupi-tupi.
Jabawakis brand.
Tumutupi-tupi yung temo. Pero gusto mo yan, Dan, di ba? Yung mga tumutupi-tupi yung temo.
Dyan!
So yun, guys, thank you so much to all our viewers. Maraming salamat to Ken, to all our other viewers. Ken, thank you so much for joining the discussion.
Yes, thanks, Ken.
Naming insights na nakuha sa'yo. So hopefully you can join us on our next Tambayang Talong. So yun, maraming salamat. Guys. So ito pa, may sabang comment. Parang kay Lisaan lang yan. Parang kay Lisaan. Yung ata yung pinapanood na yung ata yung Wandavision.
Hayop ka. Yung pinakamatanda pa talaga pinili ni Raul. Hayop na, maawa ka na dyan. Matanda na yan.
Kaya po na ata yung si Lisaan. Yun. So again, Flick Friends. So where can they find you and where can they follow you?
Alright, guys. If you guys want to see some movie reviews, some series reviews, and also some funny memes regarding pop culture and movies, go lang sa sa page ko sa Facebook, Flick Friends. Makita niyo siya kagad, just marami na doon. And also, meron din kaming mga content doon. Nakasama ko si paring Watch at si Evanders. Stay tuned, meron kaming mga balitalong na pinopost doon wherein we basically talk about the most recent and hot news of the week, and usually it revolves around movies, series, and recently actually meron din documentaries. Yung balita lang namin this week is actually going to talk about Obi-Wan and the Star Wars series, Spiral, yung bagong installment ng Saw, if you're a horror fan, and also if you're a sports fan, we're also going to be discussing the recent announcement of the LA Lakers wherein they actually are planning to make a documentary series in 2022. So yun, guys, balita lang, check nyo kami, nandun kaming lahat doon. Sa Flick Friends, stay tuned. Yun lang.
Ako unahin ko muna yung chat kasi natuwa ako dito. Sabi ni Parin Jen, men, reviewin nyo nga yung Brokeback Mountain request song ba?
Pare, punta ka sa bahay ko, reviewin natin together.
Carl, shoutout daw.
Shoutout kay Shifty. Yo, shoutout daw, sabi niya. Shoutout sa'yo, Parin Shifty.
Grind tayo mamaya. Sige, Dan, pare-review namin yung Brokeback Mountain. Anong version ba yan? Anong version? Yung original?
Pwede pa men sa Watch at Night kung meron kayo niyan, kung ano man yung show niyan.
Pinag-usapan pa namin yun, yung Brokeback. Ikaw talaga, mga gusto mo
may binobrokeback ka.
Marcos, yung mga tumutupi-tuping tewo pa, yung mga trip mo talaga.
Yun na, halatang man-to-man defense si Dan sa basketball.
Sure.
Tight D, man. Tight D.
Sure. Hips out pa yan. Pag nakamatman, hips out, pare. Nakalabas sa'yo hips ko, dikit na dikit.
Sure, man. But anyway, mga pre.
Pagawan lang rep.
Anyway, mga pre, ako nga pala si Evanders sa streamer sa Talong Gaming. Matatagpuan niya ako sa page kong I'm Evanders na ngayon hindi ko pa natatapos yung Resident Evil, pero kung gusto niyo panoorin yung content ko na yun, magla-live ako noon bukas, mga pre, ng 6 o'clock PM. So, kita-kita tayo doon mga tol kung gusto niyo makita yung nagugulat kong mukha. Hayip.
Right.
Ayup. Alright, so and that's it for us guys. This is Tambayang Talong. Maraming sa pag sama sa amin, mga taong talong, mga flick friends, mga pre ni Ivanders, mga Genatics, at mga watchers. So, we'll see you again next week. And guys, you can follow me on Instagram. It's at KG Kawachi. And also follow my page, which is this one. Watch this. And also, meron akong sariling page, which is Gio Kawachi. Minsan naglalagay ako ng contents doon. So, do check them out. And yeah, we see, that's it. Maraming salamat. At sinamahan nyo kami ngayong Tambayang Talong. So, we'll see you again soon, guys. Take care, stay safe. And have a great evening. Bye!
Salamat mga pre. Bye!